Yes,
It's gonna
but
be.
are you recording?
I don't know. Are you?
No.
Well,
We talked about this. I'm not recording these. I'll start recording when we're just doing Suds and Buds. Wait, did Odle leave?
right.
I just told him I was going to start recording. Hold on. Oh, wait, no, he's back now.
Now he's back.
Wait, is that pizza in your lap? Oh, no, okay. Is that pizza in your lap, or are you just happy to see us?
I have my OG SMP notepad.
Yep.
Because, like, real quick, let me tell you, one of the first set of notes I have in here was for
But before you get into that,
about the Carrie Kelly, like a Carrie Kelly Batgirl mini, so it had to be like right whenever Master Race came out.
Oh,
Like
wow.
there's some old notes in here from old episodes. It's kind of fun to go through. But yeah, came with that, came with all my drinks, came with the bowl. Like, I'm ready to go, sir. I got
All
links at the ready.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and start the show then. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sorta My Podcast. My name is Vincent Herman, Vin the Human, and joining me on this episode,
Bob Collins, Boba Fett.
And James Odle, Alpha Spectre.
guys, we're going to talk everything fandom that was worth talking about anyways, but first, I want to do a little house cleaning here. I want to set the record straight on something so I can finally stop taking some shit from these guys. I finally watched not Umbrella Academy. I did watch that, but The Boys. We were talking about Umbrella Academy a second ago.
Finally finished the season.
No, I'm 4 episodes in. I'm halfway through. I started it way too late.
But it's at least a start. It's
Right?
a good start.
After
Vin?
this man bitching about getting my Amazon Prime, it's like, okay, you gotta watch The Boys. And now here we are, what, like a fucking year later or more?
No, it's more like 7 or 8 months, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that's the first thing I've watched on your Prime too, since I've had the password.
So, what's your thoughts on it? What do you think about it? Actually, first, before I ask that, have you read any of the comics prior? Because I didn't.
No,
No?
I'm familiar. I was familiar with them, but I really didn't know what was going on. So I'm going into this completely blank. I mean, I stayed up until like 2 a.m. watching 4 episodes, so obviously I'm enjoying it. I think there's a little more talking than I expected. I expected it to be a little more in my face, but it's not a bad thing. Like, it all works to give the characters their motivations and helps build that contentious relationship between Starlight and the Seven. So it's good. It's just it's not what I was expecting. It's definitely not what it advertises. They advertise like a balls to the wall, in your face, like crazy time, kind of like Happy.
Which is actually what the comic is. It's that right there is closer to the comic, because I actually started reading them after watching the first season. The comic is definitely a little less tame than what the show even is, but you'll see as you go.
You're talking about The Boys, not
some
Happy.
crazy shit. Yeah, The Boys.
Okay, cool. Yeah, plus season 2's like right around the corner, coming out.
Yeah, next month.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
The same day that the Avengers game comes out, actually, the 4th, I believe.
Really?
And speaking of which, they've already been confirmed for season 3.
Oh,
and there's a little unknown actor. He I think he played a few episodes in a WB show or something.
Smallville. He was on Smallville.
I think it was Birds of Prey, if I'm not mistaken, or Dawson's Creek, one or the other. What was it, him or was it Jared that was actually in Smallville? It was him.
It was him.
Yeah.
Anyways, Jensen Ackles. I heard that. Part of the reason I hadn't moved forward with the show yet was mostly forgetfulness. I'm in between a bunch of other shows, but also anytime it would come up in our chat, I would fuck with you guys about it. I'd ask like a question.
It was good ammo.
I'd ask a question or something to like feign interest, and then as soon as you guys say something about it, I'm like, I probably won't watch it then. Last time I was the one who instigated because I sent you guys the article about Jensen Ackles joining the show, and you guys were like,
yourself with it.
Then you guys were like, so have you started watching it? And I was like, no, probably not gonna.
No, but you did. So
I did. I finally moved forward with it. I'm pretty excited for season 2. Finish this season. I gotta start Umbrella Academy. Fucking Cobra Kai's coming to Netflix, so I gotta watch 2 seasons of that for the 3rd time. 4th maybe.
Then not to mention 2nd season of Mandalorian's coming up.
Yep.
Yeah, is that November? Yeah.
It's a good fall to be a nerd in quarantine.
Yeah, it is. But speaking about the Avengers beta, which came up just a second ago, Odle and I have actually gotten to play a little bit of that.
Oh, have you?
We were talking about it before we got on mic, before Bob joined us. How much have you gotten through, Odle? Because you didn't say how much you played.
I've played a decent bit of it. I got through all the stuff that you're currently working through, the beginning tutorial with all the characters. And then after that, you play as the Hulk for a couple missions. And then Kamala joins the scene. You kind of play with her for a little bit.
Okay.
And it really just kind of progresses. There is a whole story. Shut up, Bob.
It's a pretty saucy game.
I said no, not a single word, sir.
There is a whole there's a big plot going on, but you also have a lot of freedom to choose different missions that you want to go play. You can either just follow the storyline straight through from what I've gathered from what I've played, or there's a lot of side missions that you can do. So that's just kind of what I was doing, just playing around, exploring some of the areas.
So I'm loving that. That's one thing I'm loving about this demo or beta is I think this is the first time I've played a beta and not a demo. Because whereas a demo probably would have just let you go through maybe a half hour, 45-minute little stream with a couple of options to play with, but not the full game. This thing, I played for an hour and a half today. I got about as far as I think I'm most of the way through the Hulk personal stuff. I did the whole beginning tutorial, like you said, with all the various characters. But I of course, because I'm me, I was finding little secret things that you have to bust down the walls.
They're all over the place.
And I was I got to explore the menu. Some of the customization seems to be fully there. They've even got the shop set up. So I was able to purchase one of the skins and all that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They actually, in this beta, they're giving everyone a certain amount of the purchasable currency. So that way you can play around, you can buy a couple of skins for the characters, see how they look, all this and that. The only thing transferring over from the beta to the full game is going to be the nameplates that you unlock. So none of the skins, nothing that you purchase with that currency. Well, you got to think though, that currency that they're giving everyone is the currency that you're going to put real money into. So the skins are not going to transfer over. But if you look,
hold on. So what they give you is not very much. You could buy maybe 1-2 skins, a couple nameplates, and that's it. You're at max walking away with maybe 5 or 6 items out of this whole deal, unless you spend it all on nameplates. So you're telling me that they're sweating that to the point where you can't transfer that shit over? What 45 cents worth of shit?
So you saw one of the skins was Joe Fixit for the Hulk.
So don't put it in there. Put in some other lamer bullshit. Nobody told them to go balls to the wall.
What they're doing is they have a challenge card set up for each character. You don't have to put money in. So Vin, he plays Fortnite and stuff like that, right? So you're familiar with how battle passes work?
Odle, Fortnite's not really cool to teenagers anymore. That's kind of like little kid stuff, so he's moved on.
Dude, my youngest is 8, and he's even telling me it's for little kids. So,
come on,
well, but you guys understand the concept of the battle pass in a lot of these games, right?
Yeah.
So essentially, each character has its own thing similar to a battle pass where you do challenges and stuff with that character to unlock all these skins. So when you get, and they don't time out like some of these do where there's seasons. So you get to I think it's like level 40 with the Hulk challenge card, and you unlock nameplates, you unlock skins, you unlock emotes, all kinds of stuff like that for the character. So you don't have to actually put money into the game to get all these. It's just, okay, I don't want to do all these challenges. I just want to run around as Hulk in a nice mafia suit. Okay, well, drop $10 on it. There you go. Or you could spend the time leveling up this challenge card. So it's going to be like that for each character.
That's really cool. I dig that. I still just don't dig the tease, though, because I was like, I bought that Iron Man armor going like, man, I can't wait to have this classic Iron Man armor in the game, and now I'm like, what a fucking waste of my time doing that for?
Well, and that's... At the same time, though, that currency, I believe, is also going to be earnable in the game, just at a slow rate.
Right. No, I was just irritated with the other thing. Other than that, it plays fine. It's a beta, so it's glitchy. It's got its problems.
Oh man, I was playing with Lucas online last night, and we did one of the harm room challenges. Which was really cool. It's just like a simulation battle. And so you have like 4 people in there. So it's Hulk, Iron Man, Black Widow, and Miss Marvel. Her arm stretched from corner to corner of this room the whole time. Like it glitched out. I took screenshots of it. And I'm like, they'll fix that. But it stayed like that the rest of the night.
I put a guy through a truck, and then he just slowly started to move up to the top of the truck. So,
yeah, I mean, there's little physics type stuff that they need to go in and tweak and everything. We're a little over a week away. Something else that they said that any purchase above just like the standard version of the game. So the deluxe edition that comes with like 6 skins and 6 nameplates is like $80, and it gets 3-day early access. So that was really cool. So the edition that I got is gonna give me 3-day early access. I gotta talk to them at GameStop to figure out how the fuck to do that though.
I bought a pack of gum, which said it will unlock shit for me in the game. So if you guys didn't know, 5 Gum is doing some sort of promotion where if you buy the pack, it has a code on the inside. You take it to the website and it unlocks something for the game.
Wait, you're serious?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hold on, I've got the package of gum right here.
Oh wow. Now that's got Bob. Do you remember like all the different shit with Call of Duty and Mountain Dew?
Oh God, there's a whole story I can tell you about that, dude. Like I invested so much time into that.
Then you just open it up and the code's right in there.
Yeah, God, the amount of game fuel that I bought because Mountain Dew did that with Call of Duty so many times.
See, I
didn't buy it. I was working at a gas station and got people to bring it back. By the end of it, I had maxed out a full account with codes, and I had to start up a whole extra account, and almost that one maxed out, and I put them all towards the Jeep Wrangler to try to win it, and I didn't even get a fucking email back. Nothing.
Damn.
Yeah. You know, they pick someone that they know or works for the company or something like that to win those fucking cars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just liked Game Fuel in general. I've never been a Call of Duty guy, so I just legitimately fucking loved Game Fuel. It's played out now, and plus I don't I try and keep my sugars down and shit. I don't drink too many sodas like that. So
I'm sitting here drinking regular ginger ale right now because it's one of the only things I have to drink right now. I need to go to the store. But Game Fuel is the only regular pop that I will buy willingly and enjoy drinking.
Jones
Sprite
soda
and ginger
for
ale
me.
for me, man.
Oh, I've had that new Sprite ginger ale. It's fucking good.
Ooh, yeah, that's good too.
Yeah.
I was just saying Sprite and ginger ale, different variations
separately.
of Sprite, and then also ginger ale. But yes, the Sprite ginger is very good.
Yeah.
So, have you guys been reading any comics or anything lately?
Barely. I'm still working my way to Dark Knight's Death Metal, man. I've
That's
been
kind of what I'm doing too.
I've been putting my foot down at work and stuff. So I'm trying to get my life back so I can start keeping on that path because I love fucking comics and I'm not reading them. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Same.
Well, speaking of comics, that Wolverine Black, White, and Blood sounds really cool, dude.
It really does.
Was it a 4-part mini?
I don't know. I don't remember how many issues, but I do know Adam Kubert is going to be part of it, and that sold me alone. Like as soon as I read that article, I called up the geek. I said, "Hey, this pool needs to have this in it." So,
also that 3 Jokers debuts in a week.
I told them to pull it for me. I'll get a hold of Lucas and make sure that I'm gonna get it.
I've got it. I double checked.
Throw a copy in there for me too, one of you guys, and I'll just tell me how much it is. I'll cash app it to you, whatever.
Okay. We and if nothing else, I'm sure you could find totally legitimate ways to read it online that aren't illegal whatsoever.
Absolutely.
Of course, 100%.
Yeah.
I know that's on our list, but did we ever on mic talk about how hyped we are for The Last Ronin?
Oh no, I don't think we have. Bob, do you know
and you and I have personally talked about it, Odle, but yeah, it's especially after watching the episode of The Toys That Made Us.
Yeah.
Finding out a lot of the backstory on Eastman and Laird that makes me more excited for this than even what I was.
Do we know which turtle it is? Because I haven't seen anything that's said.
No, nothing has been revealed about what turtle.
No, but
you're just pointing at me.
my first thought is it cannot. My first thought is that it can't be Leo or Raph. It's too obvious.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's a fair guess. Just for anyone listening who doesn't know what this is a alternate universe Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles book about...
No. This is canon.
This is canon?
This is supposed to be the end of the Turtles. Like, this is
the last story.
Current run. This is basically the end.
So wait a minute. So is this a mini series, or are they just preemptively advertising the final arc?
No, it's going to be a mini series.
Okay,
but it is canon.
Okay. Wow. What a fucking bold thing to do. First of all. Second of all, again, if people don't know, this is a story arc involving the turtles where it is down to the last turtle. The others are dead, and that's pretty much all we know about it. That's it.
Holy shit!
What are you looking up?
I don't know. I don't think you ended up getting one. But they put out a little preview for The Last Ronin. Okay. And it's a little bit bigger than a normal size comic, but it's just like 4 or 5 pages of the first issue. It's going for over $50 on eBay.
Just a preview?
Yeah.
That's stupid. That's stupid. Guys, come on, listeners. If you're nerds and you love comics, Just fucking stop. Come on.
Yeah, God.
Are they claiming that it's the first appearance?
No.
Is that why it's going that high?
No. Last Ronin Ashcan TMNT preview sold for $62 plus $8 shipping. $5, $30, $60. What the fuck is wrong with people?
It could just be hype. Like hype buys are a thing too, and so just like as anticipated as this story is, like people are just overly excited, willing to drop money on a 4 or 5 page fucking preview. I guess. Me personally, I will wait for the first issue. Thank you very much.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna sell the preview thing that I have. Although, you know, if
you
I
fucking should. Goddamn.
What?
You fucking should. Like, first of all, you know that price is gonna go super down as soon as the first issue comes out. This is a hype buy. Like, people are buying it because they want to get their eyes on that shit. That's it. So as soon as the first issue comes out, like, you've passed on $40 or $50.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of hype buys, is everybody going to buy the last issues of all these cancellations that's coming up?
Yeah. I like how you're guiding the show this time, Bob. You're doing a great job. I like it.
Well, I do have to be up at like 3:20 in the morning, so I'm trying to get things moving, and we have a lot to talk about this episode.
Right. Remind me what books are going down, because I don't remember.
Well, we've got Batgirl, Batman and the Outsiders, Justice League Odyssey. Those are all ending in November.
I'm surprised Batgirl is on the chopping block.
Well, and then we also have Teen Titans, Young Justice, Suicide Squad, Hawkman, John Constantine Hellblazer are all ending in November. And then evidently with a cryptic message that Aquaman's title might reach the same fate. Is there a title called The Batman's Grave that's out right now?
Yeah, but I thought that was a mini.
Well, The Batman's Grave and Metal Men limited series will also reach their planned end in November. But yeah, so some big like B titles, I guess you would call them. Like, not your top like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman's, but like Suicide Squad, Teen Titans, fucking Batgirl even.
Well, yeah, Suicide Squad and Batgirl are the two that surprise me the most. Aquaman, like, ebbs and flows. Like, unless you've got a good writer, that character's just not interesting. And so with Kelly Sue DeConnick leaving the book, I'm not surprised that they're sending it away.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of titles, man.
Well, and I mean, they're cutting the fat in all sorts of places. Like, you see all those DC Universe shows moving over to HBO Max that just seals the fate of DC Universe app, which is
they
a
also they also ended the DC Direct lines of statues and toys, which is a total bummer. It's been going on for like over 2 decades now.
And it also makes sense. It depends on how they're restructuring. If they're still wanting to make stuff like that, they may go ahead and employ some of the people who have been like the brains behind that operation, but do it under their own toy line. So it could really just be the name that's going away, because that shit makes money.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
With the DC Universe app, though, I'm pretty bummed about that, because I was so excited about it. I was right there for it. If I hadn't come up on some financial trouble, I would have never canceled it.
Well, one good thing is that you already have HBO Max.
It's true. That's true.
And Jim Lee did confirm that everything from the DCU app that is original content is all moving to HBO Max. So you'll at least have all the original content that is still going on. Hopefully we can get Swamp Thing to come back, because I heard that was very good, even though I've still yet to watch it.
It's more than just those shows, though. I mean, like, one, you have...
Yeah, I love the whole structure of that app. Maybe that can be like a whole like sub part of the HBO Max app, the same way that Disney Plus has their...
Because they had kind of a built-in community feature to the DC Universe app, and I highly doubt you're gonna see something like that on HBO Max. On top of that, like the comic books, there's no way those are going over.
Well, what I'm saying is they could come to some sort of deal where they could have like how Disney Plus has on their app, where you can just click on the National Geographic section and it'll bring you to everything that's the National Geographic. Then they have, of course, like the Marvel section that brings you to everything Marvel. Hulu kind of has a similar feature where you can go to like the HBO Max section, or you can go to your Showtime section. Maybe HBO Max can incorporate some sort of DC section where they still have the community like the community feature on there. They can bring back all of the like the DC daily stuff. We live in a world where that's possible. They just fuck it. It's just money, man. It all comes to greedy corporations not wanting to.
Okay, but while DC Universe going away is a bummer, one thing from DC that was definitely not a fucking bummer, DC Fandome. As much as like a lot of people were making fun of it leading in, it did not fucking disappoint at all.
No, and this is honestly something that post-COVID I want to see every year.
Oh God, my God, yeah. Yeah, I could absolutely get on board with something like this every year. I mean, obviously Comic-Con needs to be a thing and conventions are a big deal for this, but like this doesn't hurt. Because look, a lot of the stuff that we saw like is the kind of stuff that would have been done behind closed doors, like would never been released online, or like a month later they would have released one of these trailers or whatever. Like
dude, just the skits where they had the different animated like Batman or the claymation stuff, like the filler in between like the panels and such were some of my favorite things.
It made me feel like we were doing something special, like we were watching something special, like a fucking like Saturday night TV event, you know. I don't know how better to put that, but like you used to see shit like that on like Cartoon Network and fucking all that. Like I really enjoyed it. But I figure we can attack this thing systematically here. Go by beat by beat, and they started the show with the Wonder Woman 1984 panel. We got to look at the trailer. And most importantly, we got to look, and even though we already had it confirmed for us, we got to look at full-on live-action Cheetah.
Ooh, yeah. Furries went crazy.
Still think Cheetah's hot, y'all. No. But it looked awesome. What I'm worried about is the placement of that makes me feel like they're gonna wait until the very end of the movie to do that with her.
That's what it feels like too, because the gold armor and everything feels like a very final battle. Like
I feel like it's gonna be the whole Ares thing all over again.
Yeah. Big reveal at the end, because Diana has the line in the trailer, "What did you do, Barbara? What did you do?" So
because you do see a separate fight scene where she is wearing like a fur coat and everything, fighting her in a building.
Yeah.
But she's still
it's like there's a lot of tease and lead up to it, and then they'll finally give us that full on Cheetah reveal there towards the end.
Isn't she some sort of scientist? Am I thinking of the character wrong?
Yeah, I do believe.
Okay. Yeah, so obviously what's happening here is that she either unlocks something or taps into something and finds a way to get powers, but it's not enough, and she keeps toying with it, and then this is how she becomes Cheetah. Full on.
Well, all I know is that Chris Pine...
We don't need to see the movie now, guys. I just did it. You're welcome.
All I know is that Chris Pine is a motherfucking delight.
Oh, he always
really
is. He's one of the better Chris's, that's for sure.
All of them are pretty damn good. All the superhero Chris's.
But like I get a kick out of him off screen, you know, like him and Chris Evans, like they're perfect in the roles, but like off screen, they're great too. And then Chris Hemsworth is like, he's a cool guy. That's a fact.
Yeah.
No, are people parachuting this much?
Dude, that line was great.
It was a great line. Yeah, movie looks great. Obviously, we're all excited for it. No surprise there. We're fucking marks.
Dude,
we're absolute
Wonder Woman's
marks.
costume, the how bright it was, reminded me very much of Linda Carter's Wonder Woman outfit.
Yeah, they've
I don't know
definitely.
if you guys felt that at all, but
Yeah.
They've definitely toned it up. I don't know if I felt any Linda Carter vibes. I just felt like they turned the color volume up a bit. They're definitely unsnidering this shit. Moving forward.
well, some shit, they're more snidering.
Yeah, and we will get there. But before that, after Wonder Woman, we've got WB Games Montreal. Big announcement. They announced a brand new game, Gotham Knights. Odle just lit up. He lit up as I said all of it.
like I know you guys understand how excited I am for the premise of this game, because
Dude,
I'm not like the world's biggest Batman fan or anything like that. Like, I love the secondary characters in the Batman universe. Nightwing, of course, is my favorite. But the fact that we have Tim Drake in there, we've got Barbara Gordon, we've got Jason Todd, and the scene where Jason Todd is standing there watching that transmission, and just the scar on his face, the white streak in his hair, and everything was so fucking great.
It's really cool. Now, Odle, you and I have a little point of contention here because you keep saying Tim Drake. I full on think that Robin is Damian.
no, I was actually, I got onto the official website while doing research for this episode. It is in fact Tim Drake.
Fine. Whatever. If we're just gonna do research and our homework and actually bring facts into this, then how the fuck am I supposed to get away edge up?
I don't know. Why do you not want me to let you know that it's an open world RPG and that you can play it solo or co-op? I mean,
Well, I knew about the solo or co-op, which I love. Which seems to be a theme. We'll talk about that with another game we've got to talk about. But what I did not know about the open world. Like we're talking like Arkham City, Arkham Knight type shit.
Exactly. And it actually takes place. Is this the one or is it the other one?
This one takes place in Gotham.
One of them takes place in the Arkham verse.
I don't think it's this one. It's not.
No, I think it's the other one. But regardless, there are actually 5 different distinct boroughs of Gotham City that are in this open world map. So kind of like how, I guess, like in Spider-Man, how there's different parts of New York. In the Arkham games, there's obviously different parts of Gotham that you can explore there. I'm really, really pumped because in the description, there's little on the official website, there's character descriptions for each character. On Tim Drake's, it says that he has tapped into the Justice League satellite system and is able to short range teleport. So in the gameplay, if you noticed him like kind of jumping around and wondering what the fuck that was, he's using the Justice League teleport system to do short range teleportation, which is a fun little feature for that character.
I was gonna say, one of the other things that during that whole thing they were talking about is it's going to be a seamless change between characters. You're not gonna be like, oh well, get to this checkpoint and you can select your character moving forward. It's gonna be you can switch from Batgirl immediately over to Jason Todd, and back and forth. So I think that that's really going to add a lot of unique utility to the game, to give you more customization on how you're going to handle certain situations.
Right. And of course it'll probably have like singular missions. Like in this part of the game you can only play as Batgirl, but when you do have those group battles, that's going to be a lot of fun. Like when you had Nightwing on your team, which game was it? Was it Arkham Knight or was it Arkham
Knight?
it was Arkham Knight, and you could switch between those two during the battle. That was a lot of fun. Who is everyone excited to play as? Who's your number one out of the core four that they've shown? Because there may be more.
I think probably my number one would probably have to be Red Hood. Even though I love Nightwing, I was able to play a lot as Nightwing in the Arkham Knight game, at least like in those sections. Red Hood a little bit in there was some DLC that came with, I can't remember if it was pre-order or what, but you were able to play as Red Hood a little bit. But yeah, I love Red Hood, so I kind of just want to play as Red Hood. So let's see what that's all about.
Yeah, of course, I'm gonna be going with my boy Nightwing. It's even with being able to play him in Arkham Knight and stuff like that, being able to, if I wanted to just full on play a game as Nightwing, that has me so pumped for this.
Yeah. Dude, one thing I love about this Nightwing is his logo is slightly different. If you notice, like the bird head and everything looks like, I really think that's dope, dude. I like it.
When they were showcasing some of the abilities of the characters in that cinematic trailer where he was doing almost like a breakdance type thing.
Yeah, and it was spinning around.
That looks so fucking cool. And the thing is like that kind of a move is very fitting for him as a character.
And I love how each and every one of these characters stole a little bit of like weapons and equipment from the Batman Forever inventory. They all have a little bit of neon on them. Anybody else notice that?
Yeah.
Everybody's weapon has neon.
My favorite is probably gonna be a surprise. Obviously, my favorite character is Red Hood out of these, but my motivations for which one I'm excited to play is kind of based on your motivations, Bob, is because another set of DLC that came out for Arkham Knight was that Batgirl prequel stuff, and she was a blast to play with. Like, absolutely way more fun to use than any other character in that game. And so I'm kind of excited.
It is this game.
Yeah.
It is this game. It is this game that is the one that takes place after Arkham Knight. Because in the description, I remember reading, she, because of the death of her father, which it's not a spoiler, it's in the trailer, both Batman and Jim Gordon die. It gives her the motivation to overcome her.
Well, okay, but
being
it was
paralyzed.
Also,
That's what it said in pretty much in the description. This is the one that is the sequel to the Arkham games.
No, it was also very specifically said that the Suicide Squad game takes place in the Arkham game universe. So
continue on. I'll fact check real quick while we're talking.
It could be both, because nobody said anything otherwise during this panel.
Well, the thing is,
I remember distinctly seeing
the Suicide Squad game is made by the same company that's made like the Arkham Knight.
No. I mean the game, the game producers said themselves this is set in, like, verbally they said it. This is in the Arkham universe, you know. But nobody said anything.
I'm like 95% positive it's Gotham Knights, but I will double check because Rocksteady Games is the one that is making the Suicide Squad game. WB Games Montreal, who made Arkham Origins, is the one making Gotham Knights. But
we're having
let me fact check while we're going. So continue talking.
I feel like we're having a breakdown in communication. I'm not saying this one isn't. I'm saying if this one is, they both are.
So, while checking that, let me ask you guys something. Do you think Bruce Wayne is actually dead, or do you think he's going to pop up at the end of the game?
I think he is, and if he isn't, then that would kind of take something out of the game. Because you can get a lot of story motivation out of just that element being true. And if you mulligan him into the end of the game, then it's like, what was the point? You know?
So now what about you beat the game, credits are rolling, and we get an end credits scene, and we see Alfred standing over a hospital bed with just a heart monitor in the background, and
it's just a heart and the brain and the eyeballs, and now they've got to put him in a bat mech. No. I don't know where I was going with.
I don't know where you're going with that either, but I wouldn't be against that. but if it was you can't see who it is. It's just a bandaged figure.
Yeah, no, Gotham Knights is not a sequel.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm down with it being a part of it, but like nobody said anything to it, and it also feels like it could kind of exist to the side.
One thing that we did not mention whatsoever during the whole talk of this game is the motherfucking Court of Owls.
Well, I was just
the Court of Owls.
Yeah, that seems to be
the fucking poem. Like they recite that poem, and I'm like, that was creepy as shit.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
have you not
that?
Have you not read New 52 Batman yet?
Nope.
What?
I gave you back your trades for it.
Oh, hey, you want to borrow them?
I'll just bring them out a little bit.
You've had years though.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I have the Batman Court of Owls Absolute upstairs.
You do. I've seen it.
Okay.
So real quick, during this trailer, did anybody else notice that like as soon as the logo comes up in neon, it says Gotham Knights? Did anybody else catch that very quick Danny Elfman? Thank you. Yes, I
did. That was just a nice cherry on top of like what already got me excited. I was already in. They didn't have to do that, but you love to hear
that was
it.
cupping the balls.
Yeah.
That was cupping the balls is what that was.
I hate for fan service, because you know why it's called fan service? Because it services the fans. If it's not servicing you, are you really a fan? Like, if you're not getting excited to hear Danny Elfman's theme for Batman, like, I don't know who you are. Okay?
And that's what I was about to say, is we're starting to see DC do a lot of fan service here lately.
And I love it.
Good.
I love it.
They need to.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm all in.
With all the shit hitting the fan right now, with everything in the comics industry, if they want to do some fan service, if they want to, deep throat it a little bit, fucking let them, because it's working.
All right, moving on, because Bob did state he has to be up early. We spent a lot of time on just that one game.
We got to be up in literally a few hours.
Flash panel happened after that, revealed some concept art of the new suit. I feel like I really hope they reference it in the movie, but even if they don't, whatever, but it feels like it's kind of motivated by that moment during Crisis on Infinite Earths, where the Barrys meet each other and they complement each other's suits. But it is also revealed that Batman is the one who makes him this new suit.
Which Batman, though?
Which Batman is perfectly correct, because earlier in the week it was talked about that Ben Affleck is coming back for this movie. A one-time thing, no big several movie contract. He's coming back for this movie only as kind of a mentor thing. But if you looked at the second piece of concept art, the Batman in that concept art for this movie is a very familiar one. It is absolutely Michael Keaton's Batman. So that was just nice to see.
So do you think that in this this Flashpoint movie, if there is any kind of pardon the pun, any flashback scene from the Keaton verse, do you think they're going to pull a Disney and like de-age Michael Keaton for like?
I don't think that's what's going to be.
Well, if you look at
no, I'm not saying that they're going to de-age him for the whole thing. No, I'm talking about like say like he's talking about like what the fuck happened in between the last time we seen Keaton to now.
Yeah.
Like,
plus also
maybe throw in some villains that like are new villains. Like what? Like would you love to see like Keaton midway through like fucking with like Talon from Court of Owls?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like someone that you would never think that he would be with. That'd be dope.
If you look at, what are you thinking?
So this is the title of it's Flashpoint, right?
I guess no, but it has never been officially revealed.
That's the premise of the movie. We're dealing with like the multiversity. We're dealing with time travel and all that. So my thought is Michael Keaton is going to come in as an older Bruce Wayne, mentoring Terry McGinnis.
I mean, yeah, that could be it too. I do believe only because of that second piece of concept art. If you look at it, it looks like a young Bruce Wayne. It looks like a young Batman straight out of Batman Returns, because I'm pretty sure it was the suit from Batman Returns.
I'm actually looking at it right now.
Yeah, it looks like a younger Bruce Wayne. So they might, if they decide to go that route, though, they need to kind of employ Disney level people, because we saw how well they did with a mustache. Just a mustache.
Yeah.
So the de-aging has me a little on edge. I want to see it. I want that, but I don't trust them.
They need to give us something first.
Yeah.
So my other question about it all is, okay, if we are dealing with time travel, Flashpoint era stuff, with this being kind of in continuity with the Justice League, Batman versus Superman, all that,
you never know anymore, because they say they're in, they say they're out. It is what it is. We can't hold it on those hooks anymore.
Right. But if they do continue that route, if it is in continuity with the Batman, Superman, the Justice League, all that, so Flashpoint had a very key Batman to it. A character has already been established for, and the fans have been crying for ages, and the actor himself would kill to do this role as Flashpoint Batman.
Yeah.
They have it perfectly set up for Jeffrey Dean Morgan to be Flashpoint Batman. Now, think of this. They have Michael Keaton set up. They have Ben Affleck set up now, and they have Jeffrey Dean Morgan set up. All they really have to do to make everyone lose their shit is just set up a quick time travel montage of different Batmans.
If they do bring in Jeffrey Dean Morgan, this becomes a very Batman-centric Flash movie.
Yeah.
Well,
doesn't most of everything of DC's become a very Batman-centric thing?
Right? They did a Superman movie, and then they were like, you know what the logical sequel to this has? Batman.
Lots.
Think about it. The Flashpoint is very oriented around the Flashpoint Batman.
He plays a big part in it, that's for sure. But not 3 different Batman.
Well, no. So maybe he just keeps getting time travel wrong, and that's how we find all these different Batmen.
I'm excited for it nonetheless. And something that honestly, maybe aside from the Batman, which we'll close out with, kind of stole the show, was that Suicide Squad panel. And they didn't even show a trailer. Yeah. They revealed everyone who is going to play, and every character that all of the stacked cast is going to play. I do not have the list. It's obscure as fuck. Bobb's got the list. All right, Bob, you want to rattle this off?
I'm probably going to butcher some of these names. All right. We are talking about the Suicide Squad, which is, as of right now, at least still online, scheduled to come out August 6, 2021. It's James Gunn's quote-unquote soft reboot. We have Viola Davis coming back as Amanda Waller.
Yep.
Joel Kinnaman, RoboCop himself, coming back as Rick Flag. Michael Rooker coming in as Savant. Dude, he looks fucking fantastic, by the way.
He does.
And I love how on this this introduction of all these characters, they have a quick shot of them in comics. So you can see literally how fucking comic accurate like every single one of these people are.
Oh, yeah.
We have Flula Bong. Borg? Yeah, I don't know.
Borg.
He's hilarious. Check him out on like Facebook or on YouTube. He is fucking hilarious. He's great.
Margot Robbie coming back as Harley Quinn, and with the most clothes on we've ever seen. Okay, this guy, David Dosham something, the polka dot man. Same dude. He's been in. He was in Ant-Man. He was in like what was it? The Dark Knight. Yeah, the Dark Knight.
Okay. I'm just excited to see Polka Dot Man. Dude, most of these characters, I don't know who the fuck they are. Like, I don't know who the hell Savant is, but I love Polka Dot Man.
I feel like I've seen Savant like somewhere, but I have no idea who the fuck he is. Who we have next? Daniela Melchi? I don't know.
Well, you weren't kidding about butchering these names.
Yeah. Dude, there's a name coming up with literally 2 letters as the last name. I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, but Daniela plays Ratcatcher 2.
Yeah.
We have Idris Elba joining the DC universe as Bloodsport.
I'm very excited about that one.
King Shark popped up next on there. It didn't say who was playing him, so I had to do a little digging. It's Steve Agee. He played in Super, James Gunn's movie with Rainn Wilson and Liv Tyler, Ellen Page, Kevin
great
Bacon.
movie.
He was in Brightburn. He played a part in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. He does a voice in Rick and Morty. He's done voices on Cleveland Show and Adventure Time. We have Mei Ling Ning. I don't know. It's NG. That's the last name. I don't know how to pronounce it. Fucking sue me.
You got me.
She's playing Mongal.
I feel like it's just the female counterpart of Mongol.
Yeah. That's what I feel too. One of my favorite castings in seeing this quick shot of him, Peter Capaldi, who is the 12th Doctor, if you're a Doctor Who fan, as Thinker, looked fucking fantastic.
Yes.
He did look great. I don't know who that is, but he did look great.
Thinker was on season of Flash, wasn't he?
No, not Thinker. I don't know who the guy is.
Oh, Peter Capaldi. Yeah, he's most commonly known from being the 12th Doctor.
Yeah.
Or
cool.
12th, 13th, I don't know. Too fucking many. Yeah. Who do we have next? Oh, we're only like halfway through this.
Yeah.
We have Alice Braga as Solsoria. No idea who that is.
Nope.
Pete Davidson, who I fucking love. Yeah, I'll say
have you seen
who Pete Davidson is.
Have you seen King of Staten Island yet?
Not yet, dude. It's definitely on my list that I need to see it.
You're gonna like it.
Pete is playing Blackguard. Nathan Fillion is playing TDK. I don't know what that stands for, but the logo is 100% Arm Fall Off Man or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah.
The most like weirdest, obscurest fucking villain you'll ever fucking read about. Sean Gunn is of course as in the cast as a CGI character, Weasel. Jai Courtney coming back as Captain Boomerang. Another one of the most perfect fucking casting straight off the comic book page is John Cena as the motherfucking Peacemaker. I have like 3 exclamation points after the Peacemaker on my notes because I literally screamed, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, that's gonna be great. When they did that little behind the scenes thing. Yeah, when they did that little behind the scenes thing, he was talking about like the motivations that James Gunn gave him, and he said, "Just play him like a douchey Captain America."
Exactly.
It's fucking great. It's great. Was that it? Was that the whole list?
I mean, do you want more?
I'm sure there is more that we haven't seen yet.
But that was who was in the character announcement on the on the little video they showed.
Yeah, and I highly suggest checking out that fucking that behind the scenes. Yeah, because that got me excited. Like, the announcements were cool enough, but I got really pumped up for that behind the scenes.
Yes, seeing all these extremely bright, extremely comic book accurate costumes, literally like in the woods, and they were saying it's like James Gunn's version of a 1970s war movie, but with the fucking Suicide Squad characters in it. Like, I'm so ready for this.
Just a
So what's up with
spoiler.
Trav?
Just a spoiler for that episode you're watching there, Odle. They all die and the car explodes.
No, that was
It's
the end of season 1. That left me
that
like,
was the end of season 1.
It really was, yeah.
this is the episode where they're in the bank with the shapeshifter.
Ooh, that's a good episode of Supernatural.
I'm in the middle of season 2. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in this fucking episode.
Well,
so it's not even like a new episode. It's
no,
an
like
episode
I
from
just
25
started
years ago.
watching Supernatural.
Yeah, he what you started like a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, then I took a break because of all the other shows coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm back to watching it.
To answer your question, Bob, no, not yet.
Have you guys tried this yet?
I'm gonna do an edible obscurities with it.
What is that?
It's Mountain Dew Spark, which is the Speedway exclusive Mountain Dew.
How is it?
It is raspberry lemonade flavor. It's actually not bad.
Ooh.
To answer your question about Travis, he is working until 10:30. That's why I said just jump on when you can. So he might jump in this episode. I don't know. Which should bring me to this abrupt cut that we're doing here because I already started recording. And, we took a break, guys. We needed to do a 2-nighter on this recording, so we're gonna get back into the Fandome. We're gonna take the dome off of this bitch, jump in, put it back.
I'll close my snacks.
Yeah, you should. I don't know why you bothered opening them.
At least I was considerate to put my honey roasted peanuts in a bowl so I didn't make all the noise.
I love that bowl too. What he's holding there is like the old like 80s 90s fucking Ninja Turtle cereal bowl. I used to have the whole set, but my set had like the changing color masks. Did you ever see those?
Yeah.
Nope, that was on the cups, not the bowls.
Was that the cups? Because I had the cups and the bowls. Okay, so the bowls were solid.
That was just on the cups.
Okay. Either way, they were awesome.
Yeah. Had the full set too.
Yeah. Turtle Boys.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Turtle Boys.
All right, we should jump back into this episode. I think we left off on Suicide Squad, right?
The movie or game?
The movie. Because you were listing off all of the dudes, which classy, perfect podcast etiquette.
You're welcome.
So let's go ahead and move on. The next thing that got announced was the big milestone reveal, which was I think that was the secret panel for the show. The imprint
was that the one that is that the one that Mark Bernardin
was hosting?
Yeah.
Yeah, the imprint is returning with a new digital Static Shock book in February next year, planned static graphic novel, and the return of Icon and Rocket from, what was the book they were part of? Hardware, wasn't it? Hardwire. Yeah. So a kind of a small revival,
Also, they announced that there's a Static Shock live action movie in the works.
Yeah, I heard about that too. Somehow I missed that during the panel. I take it with a grain of salt.
Mark Bernardin actually reconfirmed it on the newest episode of Fat Man Beyond, the one that they recorded literally the night of Fandome.
Yeah. I take it with a grain of salt because, there's a Batwoman or a Batgirl in the works, and there's like a fucking Zatanna in the works, and,
But it's at least worth mentioning that.
I'll wait till I see The Rock standing in front of a green screen, and then some animated clips happen of it. I'll wait till then.
You know who made those animated clips, though, right?
Boss Logic. Great pull.
Boss Logic did.
Yeah, that dude's blown up in the last couple of years. Like he really has work everywhere.
Dude, I've been posting his bearded Han Solo every year on May the 4th for the last I don't know how many years.
It's been a long while.
I've been following him for a while prior to that.
Didn't he
on Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You follow him on Instagram?
I do.
That's the only place Bob follows people. We probably wouldn't even be friends anymore if we didn't have Instagram.
Well, I only follow people on Instagram and in back alleys.
That's fair. And then you shoot them and rip the pearls off their neck.
He's really hoping he rips the pearls on their neck.
I thought he said shoot the pearls on their neck. I don't know.
That's a whole different scenario there, Bob.
That bit fell apart so fast.
I mean,
why did you say that name?
Well, speaking of Batfleck, we're going to get to see him again in the Snyder Cut, which was the next panel. It's big news, and I love this because they basically said, you want it, you got it. Not only is it going to be released as 4 1-hour parts, it's also going to be released in a full 4-hour cut. If you just want to watch it in one sitting. And my favorite thing, because I'm all about that fucking shelf life, home release. And that was the big news for me. We also got a teaser trailer. I'm just going to call it a full-on trailer.
It was totally a full-on trailer. Yeah. Granted, there's a few shots that we have seen before, whether it was in previous trailers that we never got to see that scene in the movie, or some shots are actually scenes from what we actually saw. One thing that is that I love is that there's not going to be a single second of the Whedon cut. The Justice League, so to speak.
Not that everything he did was damnable, but he definitely He
changed the whole tone of the movie.
He 100% changed the tone of the movie. So I'm down with it.
Like the color tone, because
that too.
Like how everything's red.
Oh, that too. He had to add his sexist jokes.
I don't know if you guys have seen some of the Twitter posts and some of the stuff going around.
The side by sides.
No, how just against everything that Joss Whedon did to that movie, Snyder is.
No, I don't think I've gone that in depth. I read an interview, the interview where he said he wasn't going to use a single second of footage, but that's all I've read.
No, I've seen a few tweets and things by him that I've seen shared in a couple of groups. The line where Superman says to Batman, "Do you bleed?" He's like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah,
why would you fucking use that?
I did hear about that. I heard about that one too.
There's several other things that he's brought up other than that. But yeah, just completely, I guess, hates the Joss cut of the movie.
I bet he does. I mean, because it was his movie first, and he filmed so much of it. And then someone just takes it and runs away with it. And
it was his ongoing story, from whether you like it or whether people like it or not. It was his story from Man of Steel going into BVS, and then
this was his
Justice League, and then so the finale of this big idea he had suddenly got completely changed, and got changed at an extremely horrible personal time for him too. So I would guarantee he's a bit fucking bitter as far as that film is, as far as that film goes.
But speaking of the difference of footage, a lot of what you see in this thing is I can't say brand new because it's existed for 4-5 years now.
Yeah, well, what I actually heard, I can't remember what I heard it on, but it is official, is that they haven't reshot a single bit of live action footage. Every bit of the live action footage is that, at least that we saw in this trailer, and what I'm assuming is going to be in the movie, from what I gathered, is all already shot. Now, CG stuff is going to be added and tweaked, but
the one of the earlier things that was said when it first got announced that this was finally happening was that they weren't going to be able to clear getting any of the actors back outside of doing some ADR, and that was going to be it. So 90% of the budget that he's securing for this thing is in finishing the movie and doing all the polishing and stuff like that. Even though it has exceeded the 30 million that was originally quoted. But
oh yeah,
what?
Did anyone else think of Malin Ackerman while they were watching this thing?
dude.
So the song in this is very familiar with another Zack Snyder property.
There was many things in this trailer that was extremely similar to another Zack Snyder property, superhero property at that.
Well, when I saw Darkseid, I did kind of get horny, so it all worked.
Yes.
Why does that not surprise me at all, Vinny?
First Cheetah, now Darkseid. You know, someone posted some picture. I think it was Chelsea Watkins posted a picture of some knight carrying this dragon lady away, and the first thing I noticed was the dragon's ass.
Well, yeah.
I expect nothing less from you.
That sounds correct. Yeah.
But additionally, I also insisted you guys watch a video before we recorded today. And do you want to tell the people what I forced you to watch? Basically, forced Odle. I made him
force
skip
Odle. Literally, as soon as you sent the link and you said watch this before the show, I clicked right on it and watched it. All except for the last maybe 10, 15 seconds because I was about to drive, and as soon as I got home, I rewatched the whole thing. So
yeah, that's how dedicated Bob is. Odle fought me on it because he wanted to watch Supernatural instead.
You know, that thing that you've been trying to get me to watch for years? But I can't get you to read Batman White Knight.
Sounds to me like you've had time, but you didn't before this episode. So...
priorities, man.
I mean...
That's fair. So what did I make you guys watch?
Snyder cut of the Avengers movies.
Well, it wasn't the Avengers movies per se. It was actually Infinity War and Endgame. Yeah. It was extremely fitting. It looked good.
Did
like,
it not?
Whoever that was that edited that together, like, bravo. That was very well
give
made.
them a shout out. Not that anyone's fucking gonna like go over there, but you know, it's on the Sorta My Comics page. I posted it. So
yeah.
Did it not evoke more emotion from you than watching the Snyder Cut Justice League trailer?
Yes and no. I felt like if I didn't just watch the Snyder Cut trailer at least 4 or 5 times in the last few days, and especially whenever I was doing notes on it, playing the same scene back a few times to catch something, the impact of the song has kind of lost its shine, the past few days. But I feel like if I watched it fresh with that, absolutely, because we have fucking years with these characters, like
not to mention the guarantee
that meme that I posted that said, let's be real, things haven't been right since Tony Stark died.
Yeah.
Like, just looking at that meme makes me like literally feel sad. So yes, if you put the whole fucking climax to however many years it was by that point, 10,
12 years,
12, whatever.
Well, it's also the jadedness of, like, we've had one Justice League movie already, and that didn't go so well, and so this one we're really hopeful for, but we don't know yet. Mixed or up against Endgame and Infinity War, which we both know and love and have seen over and over again, and are guarantees that, like, what you're seeing is actually effective. I feel like that was it for me. Like, I know Endgame is something I love. I don't know that about the Snyder Cut yet. And that's the big thing.
What got me about it was, like, how well they made it portray over to a Zack Snyder feel, because they played a lot of the dark moments, a lot of the intense moments without, granted, we've all seen the movie, but anyone who's been living under a rock for the past decade and a half, and hasn't seen any of the fucking Marvel movies, seeing that would be like, holy shit, what the fuck is going, like, the world is fucking ending in this trailer, and it's like, yeah, I can see Zack Snyder doing that.
Yeah, it was especially that part where Thor is trying to restart
Open
the forge.
Yep.
Yeah, that felt so Zack Snyder to me. With that song and the way they cut it.
between that and the part where I think it's like right when Thanos snaps or something, and the music cuts out. It's one of the few times in the song where the music cuts quiet for a second and then comes back in. Those moments definitely felt like it came from a Zack Snyder film. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty cool.
Now, Bob, you're the one with all the notes. You're with the detailed notes, anyways. I'm working off the little ones I took. Is there anything we didn't talk about you wanted to touch base on? Because this is a big one.
Well,
big one.
Number one, like I said, there was fucking crazy Watchmen vibes throughout this whole trailer. Cyborg's dad, what's his name? Stone.
Oh yeah. Is it Silas? No, that's Harry Potter. Regardless. I think.
Dude from Terminator 2.
Is it?
Dude from Terminator 2. Dude from Skynet. Yeah, him. Well,
he's got to stop fucking with machines, man.
Right.
He's got to stop fucking with machines.
Dr. Manhattan all over again. Mm-hmm. That shot where he gets obliterated next to the mother box, which, by the way, what the fuck's going on there? Like, is he sacrificing himself? Is he being controlled? What's going on? If
you haven't seen the first cut of the Justice League, that's not in there at all. That scene is 100% missing. I don't know what's going on there.
There's like one quick little scene in an apartment with his dad.
I say we don't get very much on Cyborg at all.
So and really Cyborg is supposed to be, evidently, from what Zach is saying, is that Cyborg is like the heart of this film, the heart of his Justice League film. So the fact that he got completely fucking cut out, and they're like Flash's like stupid, goofy humor,
you could tell that
got toned down.
You could tell that's all Joss. Yeah.
Well, right after we get the glorious, is it right after or right before? We get the glorious shot of our Lord and Savior Darkseid. We see the Justice League Arch in ruins.
Yes. Yeah.
There's also Aquaman's trident and Wonder Woman's shield there. A Joker card flies by.
See, now I've heard people say that, and I've watched this thing 3 times, and I haven't noticed it. But obviously you have. Yeah.
It's like, yes, it's right whenever they're showing the Justice League side.
Now here's what I'm thinking with that Justice League thing being there, because in the Joss Whedon version, they don't form the Justice League until the very end. So I'm wondering if about halfway through this thing they establish the Justice League, like after the resurrection of Superman, maybe, and actually build this thing up, and then that's when Darkseid strikes and just obliterates the whole thing. Or is it a vision of the future like we got from BVS? One or the other.
I think it's part of that reality.
I would like it better if it was like, because we're filling 4 hours here. Okay, we got time to establish the Justice League. I would like it better if they were doing that, but I don't
100%. But
yeah,
the like we mentioned, it's really good to see Cyborg's getting a lot more play. In this film, because I was kind of excited for Cyborg character whenever the movie was first announced, and the football game scene with the snow, beautiful, gorgeous shot.
Looks good.
Whose grave is he digging up?
You gotta wonder: is it his mom's? Are they digging up Superman at that moment?
Well, according to Mr. Sunday Movies, the grave site, at least from the original cut of the quote-unquote original cut of Justice League, and the gravesite on the trailer are two completely different grave sites.
See, I haven't seen that
the
video
backgrounds,
yet.
everything.
Yeah, I haven't seen that video yet, so I didn't see that.
I've been trying to watch multiple videos. That way I can pick up little bits and pieces from here and there. So moments like this,
yeah,
you can be informed. Yeah. All right. Motherfucking black suit Superman.
Right. Why was that never not a thing?
We get...
It
never was. No, it never was. The black suit was never made. It was filmed. The suit is filmed with muted colors for the exact reason that if they wanted to enhance the color digitally or change the color digitally, it would be a lot easier than using like a fully bright suit. I'm pretty sure that was on a video from Fandome or something, or an interview or something.
I don't remember that one.
But they had full intentions. They had full intentions on making the black suit Superman. If you remember, there was a teaser shot that I think either Zach or Henry Cavill shared long before Justice League came out, of a close-up shot of the textured material from the suit, but it was black.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, we actually get two shots of him in the black suit. The one that everybody noticed, which is him coming out of the doors, slow-mo. Okay.
Yeah, that was me. My bad.
You're good. The other shot is an extremely quick shot where I think he's punching Steppenwolf like midair. They're coming at each other and it's like a millisecond shot.
Looks so epic.
Steppenwolf looks so much better, by the way. Fucking really Desaad. We see Desaad with his black robe, and dude,
there's gonna be so much more to this one, and that's why I'm hopeful.
I know.
That's why I'm so fucking hopeful.
Let me flip pages on these notes and see what else we.
I was gonna say we're at almost an hour and a half in, so we should probably start moving on.
We see another shot of Flash in the going through the glass scene, where he actually saves our cinematic universe version of Iris.
I forgot about Iris being in this trailer. I love that.
I forgot about her being casted in general. Like
I just hope there's some build of her, because if it's just that one scene, then it's gonna be distracting and just kind of in there to be in there. Yeah. And I'm not so digging that. Yeah, it'd feel like padding for something that's 4 hours.
Dude, in my notes. Going back to Cyborg, I just noticed in my notes it says Victor watching his dad die from the mother box has mad Dr. Manhattan vibes.
Nice.
that is appropriate for your note.
Batman blocking those shots from the parademons with his fucking dude. That was such.
I saw a fucking I saw a meme today that said Joss Whedon's Batman takes on one parademon, calls in the Batcrawler. Zack Snyder's Batman straight up blocks parademon blows with his hands.
With his wrist, yes. What is that shot of Flash? Is that him in the Speed Force? Is he time traveling? Where everything's kind of weird, staticky, slow-mo. Yeah, he's just standing there looking around. Is he in the Speed Force, or is he looking at time?
It's hard to say. It could be. Well, I mean, for him, they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So
because I know we talked about the Flash stuff a little bit on earlier, but that's one of the things I've been kind of wondering about. That was whether that was him moving at supersonic speeds, or if that was a glimpse of the Speed Force here, because one of the things they talked about for the Flash stuff was in the upcoming Flash movie, the Speed Force is going to have a very distinct, different, mind-blowing kind of style to it. So I just kind of wonder, I kind of want to see if this is the Speed Force, to see what the differences are going to be.
Yeah, it would be interesting for them to start setting that up in this one, leading us into Flash.
Yeah.
And another really awesome shot was Cyborg controlling those missiles. Did you see that one?
I missed that too. There's so much going on.
It's a shot from the back. He's wearing a Gotham
back shots
City high school jacket, and you just see literally like a whole fucking armada of missiles coming, and they stop, and he just moves his arm off to the side, and they all.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
I do remember seeing that now.
I'm still drawing a blank on that one, but I'm gonna watch it again.
Wasn't there someone like behind him just with a what the fuck kind of look on their face?
No, it's literally you're looking at his back, and then you see a sky, missiles pointing at him. They stop, go off to the side whenever he stops it with his hand and moves it. What else we got? We get a quick shot of King Atlan from Atlantis. It's during the big battle scene with Darkseid. Yeah. We also get to see,
because I remember
Zeus.
thinking, I'm like, oh, that's the Aquaman suit right there.
All right, and then there's a shot that I've seen this in multiple videos, and after looking at it, like in the screenshots, the stills, I believe that this is correct. There's a shot of J.K. Simmons, Jim Gordon, and then somebody that looks like General Swanwick, the guy from Man of Steel, who is possibly our DCU Martian Manhunter.
I completely missed that one. Like that.
Yeah, it is literally like I only know this from watching breakdown videos. People that have like watched this frame by frame. So thank them.
I'll take your vicarious word for it.
Yeah.
All right. We
Believe
should.
Me, I put time into these.
All right. So if that does everything for the Joss Whedon cut. What's up?
The Joss Whedon cut? You mean
the Zack Snyder cut? Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, so your guys' overall excitement levels, thoughts?
I think we've said it. I am guarded but excited. I know that this could be 4 hours of crap, or it could be amazing. It could be everything we wanted from at least a Zack Snyder version of Justice League. Because I agree with the idea of brightening it up and making it a little more fun, but it just didn't merge well the way they did.
No, it didn't.
And so if I'm going to get one or the other, I'd rather see a fully realized dark version than like a Mod Podge, half-assed, bright, fun version.
Yeah, like shoehorning some jokes and some sexual misconduct.
Yeah. So yeah, that's generally where I'm at with it. What about you, Alpha?
I mean, I'm kind of going into it with the idea of think of like a holiday episode for a show. You're kind of going in knowing mostly what to expect, but there's also going to be some nice bonuses that you didn't anticipate.
That's a really good take. I like that.
Yeah.
What about you, Bob?
I'm glad to be able to see his version. Everything that I've seen so far looks pretty good. Like it actually looks fitting in comparison to what we initially got. I'm just trying to not let my expectations get too high, because I don't want to be one of these people that's probably going to blow it up like in my head for fucking years. Like we know being in fandoms that fans are the worst. Like we are the most picky motherfuckers sometimes. So I just wait to see. But I'm excited for it.
I hearken it to the last line in the movie Fanboys, when they go through this whole journey and all of this effort to finally see Star Wars Episode 1, and then just before the movie starts rolling, one of them says, "Guys, what if it sucks?"
What if it sucks? Yeah.
And I feel like everyone, because as we found out, at least from DC Fandome, that's what I found out. There was actually like a coordinated like coalition effort to get this thing made. There was like an actual group of people, and so I feel like those are the people who are gonna sit down. They're gonna get a big group party together, and then just before they hit play, one of them's gonna go, "But guys, what if it sucks?"
Like that was one of my big things that I didn't honestly know about this, was that this started from a fan starting an online petition, creating a website, like putting her own money and shit into making a website.
She just kept going, this isn't enough, this isn't enough, this isn't enough, and just kept growing her efforts. It's very inspiring, but I just hope it's not all for naught, you know?
Right.
Yeah, because my child can ask me for a pack of gummies a million times till I finally cave in, and I'll give them to him. It might not be the best decision, but hey, at least you got
It
it.
might. Hey, they might get the gummies. They might be melatonin gummies.
I mean, it worked out for Sonic, right? I mean, because let's be honest.
It did. Hey,
let's be honest.
did.
That movie was the same. Like, I mean, they didn't recut the movie or anything. So essentially, story-wise, acting-wise, voiceover-wise, it was all the same product. The only thing they changed was the look of Sonic. And let's be honest, had he looked like he did before, we would have hated that fucking movie.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But the only thing that changed was the visual aspect of one character, and we're all like, that's a fucking pretty good movie. So
It really was. I need to let Abby see that movie.
well, you really do, dude. It's so good.
Oh yeah.
We went and saw it together.
Yeah, I know. So you know. All right.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's move on. We spent a lot of time on this, but it was time worthy.
It was one of the big announcements. Yeah.
Let's move on to the Black Adam segment. They showed a concept video, basically a little virtual art Boss Logic thing put together there. As we said before, kind of giving Black Adam's backstory, which I don't know if that's comic accurate. I'm not huge on Shazam and Black Adam, so I know he's the ruler of Kahndaq. I know he's a ruthless ruler, which I guess the Rock kind of confirms.
I know that he was a slave. I think like him being a slave is canon.
Okay.
And I feel like him having the powers of Shazam at one point is true.
Okay.
Because I've watched that Superman Shazam animated movie, which had like a little bit of Black Adam backstory in it, and I've read a little bit of Shazam comics or trades. But
I think I read that issue 1. Jeff Johns did it, right? The one from just a few years ago. Was it Jeff Johns or I know it was a big name.
Was it the New 52 run?
No, I think it was after Rebirth. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember. I read one issue.
On Shazam or Black Adam?
It was Shazam.
I can't remember if he wrote Shazam or not for a while.
But like I was saying there, I guess Black Adam is going to be kind of a cruel anti-hero, and they're not going to downplay that in this to try and make him some sort of like good main character. Which I'm really glad to hear, because that means that they're going to stick true to it, and that means that he is a future villain for maybe Shazam 2. That would be really cool. One leads into the other. But the biggest announcement of this whole thing, Hawkman and Dr. Fate, which I completely forgot that they were doing the JSA anyways. I know that was previously announced.
So did I.
Yeah, but I
don't
forgot.
really know or care who the other people they mentioned are, like Cyclone and something else.
Atom Smasher.
And they were previously announced also. Again, 100% forgot about them.
Yeah, but fucking Hawkman and Dr. Fate, when they announced that, I'm like, fuck yeah.
And aren't there rumors going around that Superman is, because it was announced a while back that they were talking to Henry Cavill about doing small parts in other movies, like being a cameo
in my notes
guy?
I even wrote drops crazy amount of Superman hints.
Yeah. So I'm really hoping for that. I don't know. I'm kind of excited for this.
Who are you fan casting for Hawkman?
For Hawkman?
Mm-hmm.
Carl Urban.
Ooh,
yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah, I like that.
Why not?
He's a little short, but I mean, you can CG him, put him in some like lifts or whatever. Who cares?
Like, I was actually kind of thinking the guy that's playing Rick Flag.
Ooh, Joel Kinnaman. Yeah, he's really good. I could definitely see that. Dr. Fate though, that's mostly voice work.
I was gonna say,
yeah, anybody really can be underneath the helmet.
Ever really seeing a face for Dr. Fate.
Yeah. So you know what?
I love Dr. Fate. So
you know what?
I can't tell you.
My fan cast, Zach Braff. Why not? Put it in the helmet. Zach Braff.
I mean, you got to have someone that's got
a good voice,
a calming, but at the same time commanding kind of voice.
You know who's getting a lot of play right now, especially because of his role in the Marvel Universe? Josh Brolin. Why not? Yeah, pop him.
I could see that.
Jonah Hex himself.
Put a little bit of that like mystical whooshy behind the voice.
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely want Carl Urban and fucking Josh Brolin. Yeah.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Bobcat Goldthwait. There we go. For both roles. Double duty.
Yes.
He needs the work.
Oh my
Bobcat Goldthwait. And fucking what's his name? God damn it, what's his name? Gilbert Godfrey.
That would be the worst sounding movie ever, but I'd love every minute of it.
You can have every dollar of my money, sir.
Could you imagine a three-way porn with both of them and like I don't know, like Chanel West Coast or something, laughing the whole time?
Imagine it. I've written the fan fiction, sir.
Jesus
right.
Christ.
So let's
derailed just now.
So yeah. Let's move on to the next segment of the DC Fandome, which Bob, you and I can't be a part of. We're not allowed to.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We're not allowed to be a part of this part. We are not caught up on Titans, and so we both skipped the panel.
Realistically, so you guys can sit in on this because I don't want to say a whole lot, but I'm not
Odle. No, Odle.
Odle, you're on your own.
If you had any fucking, if you had any aversion to this, you should have stated it before we hit the record button again.
Look, this is what's going to happen.
Past you.
We're going to leave Odle on his own. We're going to step away thinking he's recording. He's actually going to step away, watch the rest of that episode of Supernatural, and come back in time before we notice he's gone. And you'll never know until you go to edit it.
Well, the problem is that one of us have to sit here and wait for him to give us the signal to come back in. So, or rather, both of us, because it's not like I can let you know, Bob.
I mean, yeah, absolutely not. There's no way.
He held up his cell phone. Those never work. All right, Odle, we're gonna give you a couple minutes to let the people know what happened in this segment of the DC Fandome. So,
okay. So, some of the biggest things that happened in season 2 of Titans, we see this build up for Blackfire, which is Starfire's sister, which is going to become the main villain of season 2. They've also announced 3 new characters. 2 new characters, one returning for season 3. The one new villain that they're going to be adding is Scarecrow. They're bringing Crane into the mix. So we're going to start getting some scenes in Gotham. So we're also going to see Barbara Gordon join the mix. Whether we see her as Batgirl or not has yet to be mentioned. But they did specifically mention Barbara Gordon. So those are 2 things that we can really look forward to seeing. I think we're going to get a lot of stuff going on in Gotham City, maybe in the later half of the season. But we also have the return of a character who, during season 2, we see him ride off on a motorcycle, and that's Jason Todd. So he kind of goes off on his own after getting pissed off about everything, like Jason Todd does. And he is coming back in season 3, but this time he is coming back as Red Hood. That was an official announcement. I am incredibly excited about that because just the way that this actor portrays Jason Todd, I think he's going to do a fantastic job at portraying a young Red Hood Jason Todd. He's done fantastic in the role so far, and I really look forward to seeing what he's going to do going forward with this new kind of persona. So the way that I'm anticipating season 3 going is kind of similar to how they did season 2. So we lead up with everything going on with Trigon, but we kind of felt slighted on that because we only really got one episode with Trigon, and then it was just done, cut and dry, and we started the Deathstroke stuff, which was great. That was all fantastic. Led us into some really great character development and brought us one of my personal favorites, Nightwing. Uh, but I really hope that they actually give Blackfire a little bit more. I would say give her a 4 to 5 episode arc to get all that hashed out. Then the second half of the arc, start focusing on Gotham, Barbara Gordon, bring into play Scarecrow, and start down that route. Obviously, these two assholes, they walked away, so I can't really get their input because they also haven't seen the second season, so they're not entirely up to date on how that kind of rolled out. But I would love to pick your all's brand. Excuse me. I would love to pick your all's brand about that and see what you guys think. So I really think that getting more of an arc with two different villains would play out really well. And hopefully that's what we get. But I, for one, am incredibly excited for the new announcements, everything going on, and hopefully everyone else is too. So, with that, I'm going to motion for everyone to start coming back. And now that he's got his headset back on, I'm going to actually go and reveal all the characters coming back.
Ah, fuck!
Just kidding.
All right. Well, Bob went to smoke while you were doing all that, so we're gonna go ahead and move on without him. I think he. I don't know. I kind of want his opinion on this, but it'll be fine. We got a pretty cool announcement, just like a cool announcement, kind of akin to J.J. Abrams coming to Marvel to do that Spider-Man comic, but a little more progressive than that. What is happening here is that Oscar-winning screenplay writer and novelist John Ridley is coming over to DC Comics to write a 4-part mini featuring a black Batman, and I'm all for it. You guys aren't familiar with this guy, his credits include 12 Years a Slave. On the DC side of things, he has done some of the animated, like he did an episode of Static Shock, a few episodes of Justice League, and even has an untitled, on his IMDb, he has an untitled Marvel Cinematic Universe television show coming up. Don't know what that could be. I would think he'd plug pretty well into Moon Knight, but could work. But yeah, anyway, so we are going to get to see an Elseworlds-ish kind of Black Label, possibly Black Batman in the future from an acclaimed writer. Like,
oh yes, I'm actually pretty excited about this, dude.
Yeah, the John Ridley announcement. Yeah. As our resident Bat fan, like, what are you hoping from this? Like, are there any like special expectations that you have?
No, just a good story, and I think we're going to get it, dude, with who's going to be behind the pen. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just excited for it. I mean,
oh yeah, anytime a good Elseworld story comes out, I'm all about it.
100%. Yeah,
and
you can really take some liberties with his backstory.
Oh yeah.
Like this could be more of like an urban based Batman, akin to like what they keep trying to do with the movies, where they keep trying to make him a little more practical, a little more realistic. Well, this could really bring him down to like the DIY version of Batman.
Well, here's one thing I would like to see, and we don't see it a lot with Batman. Sometimes we see, like, we've had a few stories in some old Elseworlds books, and we see it more with other heroes, but with Batman, like, even alternate universe versions of him all pretty much have the same origin story. His parents die.
Mm-hmm.
I want one where like kind of like what they did with like Miles Morales, like where he still has his parents, you know what I mean?
Oh,
but
okay.
but his uncle still died. You know, like it's 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 a
Yeah,
different twist on the
I just had a
origin,
thought.
but there's still some core pieces there. Kind of like, I mean, I guess it's exactly what they did with Flashpoint Batman. So I don't know,
Uh,
just something
No, no,
different,
no. That's just
obviously.
taking what was already there and just flipping it. What you're talking
so
about is definitely a little more different.
hear me out.
Knives.
So what if in this universe, instead of his parents dying, he was given up for adoption?
Mm.
Ooh, I like that.
And was either we find out he was either adopted into, you know, or bounced from foster home to foster home or something like
I
that
was,
until some age uh
yeah,
something
I
happened
was gonna
where he then
say,
inherited Wayne Corporation or something.
Mm.
um
Now, see, I was thinking, like, build off of that. What if, say, like, his mother, like, let's not go stereotypical and say his father, but let's say his mother is actually rich in this universe. Father is not. And they wind up hooking up somehow. She winds up getting pregnant, can't keep him,
this
puts him
is
up for
really good.
adoption
This
because,
is
I
really
mean, it's
good.
going to fuck her image up. So his thing is he's wanting to end the corruption in the city because
Somehow, because
of
he's
some,
been through
yeah,
the foster system, and he's been
exactly.
through, like, he's grown
He
up in the
sees all the
ghetto.
flaws in the system.
oh,
Exactly.
Yeah.
the company that his mom owns is actually causing the corruption. Plot twist.
Oh, also, by the
And
way,
when she
by the
dies,
way, by the way, all this copyright subject to change
this is
entertainment.
our idea.
Yeah.
So she dies, and through her guilt of giving up her only child, she has no other children. She ends up tracking him down because she gets sick or something. It's like a natural death. She ends up tracking him down, making him the benefit factor of her estate, and that's how he gains his wealth. But he's already
But
been
also, she could also tell him like this one piece of information, something like you could tie it into something like Court of Vows or something. Give
right,
him this one
right,
thing, like
right.
you need to stop, or I mean, like this is your main goal. Figure it the fuck out. I'm out.
But
Dead.
before he obtains his wealth, he should have already been Batman for like maybe a year. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
nothing else, if
Ooh, I
not
like
Batman,
that.
at least been like a street vigilante.
I think they go hand in hand, man. Like
Yeah.
Bruce
Yeah,
Wayne does
well,
not become Batman like after a little while of tinkering with the vigilante thing. Maybe in the Nolan verse, but otherwise it's like
Or year one.
no, I'm
it's
just saying like he's already started on that path. But now with his newly acquired wealth and everything else, that's when he perfects his suit and the gadgets and everything else. Everything before that was all just handmade out of whatever he could find.
right, but he's still
Listen, if
Batman.
if somebody at DC doesn't write this, Vin, bro,
We've
you
got a
got to get
pitch.
on it.
We've got a pitch right here. We just did it.
We just need an artist.
Yeah.
We
I
know
think we know one, and
Start a
hopefully he'll be.
GoFundMe. We could start a fucking GoFundMe or something. But we
I
can make this
just
happen.
I just noticed a chat notification pop up. He might be jumping in here in a few.
I actually commented on something of his and told him to jump on and record with us before we're done.
Of
So
course,
yeah.
of course, that's how we get him. Moving on from
Yes.
there, we had the Shazam 2 panel, which was kind of fun. They really played with the we can't talk about anything. I
Yeah,
I loved that.
really.
Like
dude.
I just thought that was so goofy and fun and just a play on the complete opposite of what you would see at Marvel. Because if this were at Marvel, Tom Holland would have let everything about the movie slip. And then you've got the one kid in this panel over there, like drawing the picture and all this and that. And then she holds it up after adding things, and then unicorn with a jetpack.
You know
And
what would be a great like Comic-Con advertisement for Spider-Man 3 is just have Tom Holland walking with like a box and it says Spider-Man's secrets on it or something, or like for Marvel executive eyes only, and then he trips and the box breaks and like everything scatters out, and he's like drastically trying to like collect them up.
I like it.
That would be great.
Literally, my only note for Shazam: Fury of the Gods,
which was the reveal title. Yeah.
Yes, besides the release date as of now, which literally everything that was announced, I wrote down the release dates, and I didn't say a single one of them this whole episode. But the only thing I have written down in my notes for Shazam is Sinbad ? K.
Oh my God! Yes.
Right now, are they serious? Is he actually in the movie? Because I hope so.
I don't know, but I want him to be.
Yeah, I mean,
I
he
really
could
want
be.
him to
Why
be.
not? Just like make him some janitor or something. Who cares? Like, just put him in the
Or,
movie. Because I loved that joke line that they did there. Like, everyone thinks I'm in this movie. I'm number 3 on the Mandela effect. Like, I love it.
There's a few things I've heard, like making something like a coach or something at the school, or
That'd be great.
what I've heard multiple people say is making the voice of the tiger.
Yes. I heard that on Fat Man on Batman. I've also seen it circulating a bit on the internet. It's a good idea. I mean, let's get weird with it. I mean, you at the very end of your first movie, you introduce like a psychic evil genius bug. So, is this really out there?
Come on.
Anyways, there was no question I was going to be excited for Shazam 2. Shazam 1 blew me away with how fun and lighthearted, but at the same time heartfelt it was. Like that scene where he finds his mom just kills me. A little dark.
Yeah, there was a dark
like,
part. Yeah,
an appropriate amount of darkness for the villain. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just like I remember the scene in the boardroom where all the fucking demons come out. It's like, did not expect that from this movie.
For a moment that didn't show any gore, no blood whatsoever, it was incredibly intense. It was really
kind of frightening. Yeah.
Yeah. They did a great job.
So I only got pretty much 3 pieces of information from this panel. Number 1, the name of the movie, Fury of the Gods. Number 2, the possible inclusion of Sinbad.
Right.
And number 3, Zachary Levi is one handsome silver fox.
Well, we already knew that prior to this, Bob.
I know, but like seeing him with the obvious dyed hair as Shazam, but then seeing the gray streaks in the panel, I kind of want an old man Shazam at one point.
You know what I find interesting is that during the Black Adam panel, The Rock looks so jacked in that sweater that he puts the Shazam fake muscle suit to shame. His muscles look more fake than Shazam.
Bring that up.
He looks,
I meant to during the Black Adam.
The Rock looks like the Shazam suit looks like what somebody tried to draw The Rock's body from memory.
That's even I'm telling you, as a wrestling fan from the days that The Rock was active in the WWE, he hasn't always looked like that. He's impossible.
Think back to some of his early acting days, like in was it Walk Tall?
Yeah. I mean, he still was he still looked bigger in the movies than he did in wrestling, even in the
his early days, especially back whenever he wasn't The Rock. He was, what was it, Rocky?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson is what he was going with.
No.
Oh, no, you're talking about like early wrestling days. Rocky Maivia, yeah.
Maivia, yeah. I always want to say Balboa, but that's obviously not it.
Well, it was a mixture between his dad's wrestling name, which was Rocky Johnson, and then his grandfather's wrestling name, which was Peter Maivia. I like wrestling.
Which I actually knew about. Dude, actually, there's a really good episode of a podcast called Wizard and the Bruiser on The Rock. Check it out.
I thought you were going to bring up a really good episode of That 70s Show, which is called That Wrestling Show, where The Rock plays his father, Rocky Johnson.
Which I knew about from that episode of that podcast, so you should check that out.
But
all right,
think for a second. The dude's 6'5". When he's surrounded by all these other guys that are like 6'3" to 6'8" in the wrestling ring, he's gonna make anyone in a movie look like a fucking dwarf anyway.
Well, not to mention the fact that he has gone impossibly exploded, like he has impossibly like gotten jacked, like since those days.
He looks like if he doesn't stick to the strict lifting specifications that he has, his skin may burst.
right. Yeah.
Like,
he can't go
one
over
too many pumps, something's gonna rip.
Right. Oh. All right, guys, we've got a special guest.
Oh, hey, man! Look who walked in the room.
Look at just wandered in.
I'm here, dude. Just wandered in.
What's good, dudes? God damn!
Look at you in all your. I totally missed all the rest of the episode.
In all of your mustachioed glory, just coming in here at the tail end.
Oh yeah, man! Switched up from the beard. Just got the sweet stash now.
Okay, now you're selling your stubble a little short there.
Yeah, it grew fast, dude.
All right, well, we've still got a little bit of show to do, so Trav, I hate to rush through your introduction this late in the game, but the next thing we have to talk about is Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. And as we went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth about earlier in the episode, this one does take place in the same universe as the Arkham games. It looks like the Justice League is going to be under Brainiac's control from what I'm seeing here, or maybe some sort of Brainiac robots or something. I don't know. And a joke during the Will Arnett segment has me believing that once you take out these members of the Justice League, you might actually gain their powers, which I noticed in Captain Boomerang.
Exactly. I was going to say, does he have the Speed Force? What the fuck's going on there?
Yeah, because he's running around like crazy.
I actually talked to Pun a little bit the other night about this.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you talked to somebody from the studio. I was like, the fuck did you do?
No, he talked to the rapper Big Pun.
There you go.
He really liked the trailer.
But we were kind of talking a little bit about this, how Hardness's son was actually a meta with a minor like speed boost. Oh. So either that could be who this Captain Boomerang is, or what I'm thinking is it's some kind of tech. Because if you notice, it's wherever he throws his boomerang, he goes to his boomerang.
Okay. I mean, at the same time, the third option still could be like he has absorbed some of the Speed Force, and he's just running to where...
I was so blown away by that trailer that I didn't even realize all this stuff you guys were talking about. I'm just like, whoa! I didn't recognize any of that stuff.
Well, what threw you for the biggest loop? What was like the hugest thing of that trailer for you?
Oh, in general, I was blown away by like the story and the acting and stuff. That was really good, like cutscene work. You know what I mean? I haven't got to see anything like else. Well, like, I don't know if there's other stuff out for the game or not.
No, that was pretty much it. The only other thing that we got, I believe, besides that was that one poster that was released a week or so ago.
Yeah.
But real quick, this game is made by Rocksteady, the same studio that made all of the Arkham games aside from Origins. And the four main characters in this game is Harley Quinn, Deadshot, King Shark, and Captain Boomerang.
I noticed that.
It was announced earlier this week. Famed wrestler Samoa Joe is playing the voice of King Shark.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, big news for me because I love Samoa Joe from his TNA days on up to the WWE. Really great. That's the second time wrestling's come up in this episode. I'm on fire.
So. Actually, multiple times because at least John Cena's name got brought up during
That's
Suicide
true.
Squad.
But we didn't much talk about him as a wrestler, and he's more of a movie star these days. So
yeah, but still, he's tied to wrestling.
Well, I'll drop a "You Can't See Me" in there, and I'll kill my video feed real quick just for that joke.
Well, if I'm gonna drop a wrestling reference, did you guys hear about Big Show being on Daredevil as Fisk?
Oh, what?
Like the possibility of recasting?
Oh, you're talking about like a movie? No, I hadn't heard that rumor.
The Daredevil series.
Why wouldn't Vincent D'Onofrio come back then?
You didn't hear about that?
No, I know nothing about talking about whatsoever.
Maybe I had a huge conversation with somebody who was telling me about it. I was like, wow, I had no idea. But like if Big Show was on Daredevil, that would just like
tell me.
I couldn't imagine him recasting Fisk on there.
Did they work?
D'Onofrio's great.
Did they work for We've Got This Covered?
Probably, dude. They probably read it in some Hard Times article, or I don't know.
Cosmic book news.
Yeah.
But back to that trailer. I was just blown away. Yeah. I really liked what I saw. I didn't know much else about it. I didn't know it was linked to Origins. That's really cool.
Well, it's linked to all of the Arkham games. Asylum, City, all of them.
And I've played 2 of them. I didn't get to play Origins, actually.
And if you notice, Harley Quinn, voiced by the illustrious voice of every female worth knowing, fucking Harley, or Tara Strong. Yeah, she has done, man, has she not?
Oh, yes. Quite a few.
Timmy Turner.
I wish she would do me.
The voice of Timmy Turner.
Oh, got that.
Damn it, Bob, she might listen to this. She's not gonna listen
I hope so.
This.
It's meeting her was a glorious day.
It was a great day.
In this game, you can also play single player with all bot squad, or you can play. I think what it is you can play up to 4 players. So you can have like 2 players with 2 bots, 3 players with 1 bot, or 1 player with 3.
Right. And on top of that, if you do choose to go single player mode, you can switch between characters.
Swap them out,
yeah. So
that's awesome.
A lot of cool
things I liked about both of these games that they announced was the ease of swapping between the characters.
Yeah.
Killshot. That's his name, right?
Killshot. Wait, are you talking about Deadshot? Yeah.
Kill shoot. Yeah. Kill shoot.
Killshot. Kill shooter. That daggone kill shooter, he looked crazy, Bubby. Tell you what.
Trav is obviously the avid comic reader of the podcast.
Yeah. He had so many weapons, dude. He looked awesome.
Yeah, and I love how each one of them has their own mode of transportation. Like King Shark kind of does that big leapy fucking like Hulk style mode of transportation. Harley's got a grappling gun.
Yeah.
Deadshot's got his jetpack that you can use as a weapon. And as we said, Boomerang has his weird speed force, maybe.
Yeah, there's got to be something explained in the game about that.
Well,
King Shark has those akimbo big ass meat cleavers. Like, I love that. I mean, each player is like, I mean, it's very basics in video games, but each player is their own class, essentially.
Yeah.
Something else that some people have already found out is the addition of other playable characters in the game.
Yes. See, I hadn't heard about the playable characters or like them digging up anything, but I assumed there would be some like specialty, like extra guys in there, if not like full on throughout the whole game.
Extra guys.
I could see them. I could see them offering something like a season pass at release, so they'd have something like how Call of Duty does, where it's like 4 scheduled DLC drops or something like that.
Yeah. But it sounds to me like
one have like a new character or 2 in it.
Well, it sounds to me like Odle has the scoop here. So throw us a bowl of ice cream with your scoop.
You have a pooper scooper.
The only one that I have actually heard about that has been officially talked about is Bane. When the night that Fandome came out, I was talking to Lucas about it. and we were talking about how a lot of people are saying that Suicide Squad already looks better than the Avengers game and all this and that. We have no gameplay for Suicide Squad and everything else.
Oh, come on. The Avengers game is it looks pretty damn good. Come on.
Yeah.
But I'm just excited that we have all these really good superhero games coming. So.
Oh, God, yeah. But that one of the articles that he read, I'm going to have him send it to me, is that that there have been announced that there will be more characters added to the roster through the game, and that Bane is one of them included.
I'm down.
And
I'm absolutely down.
I absolutely wouldn't be surprised to see certain characters that are going to be in James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie show up in a DLC or something along those lines.
Well, this brings up this brings up a fun question here. What, like, if given any character that we haven't already seen, what character would you want to see in the game? Oh wow, I stumped everybody.
Man bat in there.
Oh, I've got an idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Right off the top of my head, Ivy, because I've just always liked Ivy, but I'm trying. Let me think.
Well,
for
no,
just a
Ivy
second
is
on
great.
Somebody that's not a Batman rogue, though.
Well, still,
I'm trying
Ivy
to gravitate away from Batman rogues.
Ivy is great because she has such a unique power set with her connection to the green and everything. Like, she could make for some really fun gameplay.
Captain Cold would be a good one, though.
And I was gonna say, as well as Captain Cold would too.
Which is what Odle had said there. Yeah, I think he cut out when he said it, so I wanted to make sure he got credit.
That's what I'm saying. I think Travis and I are both agreeing with Odle.
Yes.
Okay.
He seems like an obvious choice for the game.
I feel like someone like the Riddler would be a little too.
How do you play with the Riddler? Like, really?
Yeah. Like that's what I'm saying is
lots of toys.
Well, one that has been a member of the Suicide Squad a few times, who I think could be really useful, Black Manta. Black Manta.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I swear to God.
Yeah, Black Manta would be a really great one. You can go all sorts of ways with it. You would never be able to wrangle Lex Luthor into the Suicide Squad, but I think that would be interesting.
You could throw like a Bizarro, or you could even do like a Parasite.
Yes.
Parasite would be dope.
No. Bizarro. I want fucking Bizarro because how many times have we talked about like we want that Superman game from Rocksteady? This would be their first chance to be like, here's a taste of what playing with Superman could be like. Bizarro.
Dude, what if part of this game is you play as the Justice League having to do evil missions that your brain can, like, you essentially swap sides for portions.
That'd be great.
You know how like in Spider-Man you would play as Mary Jane, or you play as Miles or something along those lines. I think that'd be pretty cool. That way you could play as all these heroes but fucking people up.
That would be awesome, man, to run around like Wonder Woman fucking people up.
Oh my God.
Play as the Flash for a little bit. Superman, like I said.
They haven't announced what members of the Justice League is the Justice League they're killing, right?
Oh,
so like we could have Cyborg, we could have we could have like Green Lantern or Martian Manhunter. Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if they throw them all in there. All of your mainstay Justice League people. I wouldn't be surprised if like they just run the gamut. Because what are you gonna do? 4 missions with like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and the Flash? Fuck no! Like, that's not enough.
No, what would be great is those are obviously your main bosses, but you have mid-tier bosses. Like, you can go fight Blue Beetle and fucking Booster Gold. You can go fight
as a team up. Yeah.
The Atom. Could you imagine having to fight the Atom in a video game, like Ant-Man style, like how the movies, how he'll just fucking shrink to dodge I mean, there's so many good mid-tier heroes that you could have that are all mind controlled.
the Atom was always so interesting and fun, whether you're using him or fighting against him in the Injustice 2. So I would definitely be down with like an Atom mission.
Or like a Hawkman. Bro, could you imagine playing as Hawkman?
That would be a lot
hitting
of fun.
motherfuckers with that mace.
One of the coolest things, I know I was revert back to Lego games and like Lego movies, but one of the coolest Lego games, yeah. Have you played the Batman and Super Friends? I think.
Well, I think are you talking about?
I can't remember what the title is.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Batman
and the Super Lego Batman and the Super Friends was the name of one of the movies, but the Lego Batman games are all like Lego Batman, Lego Batman 2, Lego Batman 3. Either way, they're Lego all Batman fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham is the one that has like tons of cameos in it, including Kevin Smith as himself.
In those, you can like unlock almost like everybody throughout like the Batman story, and basically like they weren't for the storyline, but you you have the option to unlock them in certain ways, and then get to use them and replay missions as them, like say there's a straightforward way that they want you to play a mission with one of the characters that you start with, but if you unlock a different character, go back, play that same mission, there's a different way you could take because you're playing as a different person.
I see what you're saying. You're saying like kind of that element for this game, so you could go back through and do some of these missions, but with
they're replayable.
More unique. Yeah, they're replayable with unique characters you unlock along the way. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Dude, we've been making better stories this podcast than what we'll probably get.
Yeah, we really have.
For multiple projects.
But what you've said there, Chad, was also kind of a correlation with, again, you get to show off different powers. You get to show off different movesets. Because I feel like Rocksteady really needs to use this game because they wanted to make a Justice League game. They've been wanting to make a Superman game. And they need kind of a platform to say, like, look, this can work.
And that's like why some of those levels would have like replayabilities, because the characters... say like King Shark's a powerhouse character, he'll be able to like lift stuff that other characters wouldn't be able to. You lift this thing, you get to go to a whole different area in that map or something like that. Say the Flash is the only one fast enough to get to, I don't know what he would have to do to be fast to unlock something, but so like they would have certain powers. Of course, the Flash like powers would like speed or whatever. But...
invisibility. Oh, yeah.
You're really double down on this Flash thing. It's like,
yeah. Well, I had to explain why I said it. I was just thinking of like King Shark's. King Shark's a powerhouse, right? Harley Quinn, I don't know. She's a wild card, probably.
She's like the more like acrobatic melee.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, so yeah, they would all have their own like characteristics that probably help them on different levels, of course.
Yeah. Moving on from there, though, the final big panel, not even really a panel, just kind of like a chat with the director, Matt Reeves.
Oh, you're talking about the Sandman panel.
No, I completely skipped that, didn't I? It's almost like I was busy
driving just because it was Neil Gaiman, but
it's almost like I was busy doing something else, or so my meme would say that I made. Did you guys see that meme?
No. I was busy doing something else.
I took Tom Hanks's face and I like made him a rainbow like psychedelic thing, and then for the caption it says, "When you masturbate to BDSM porn while a Sandman panel plays at an online comic convention."
Yeah, actually, we both totally saw it, and it was hilarious. Yeah, I had to ask if that was Tom Hanks or not.
But I didn't do that. I paid attention. I just forgot to write it down.
Right. But the Batman, Matt Reeves, the Batman.
Yes. The Batman. Guys, this was so cool. He talked a lot, and I didn't listen to a lot of it after they played that trailer.
Oh man, you should go back and watch it.
I caught a few things. I caught a few things.
He's so excited for this.
Well, his excitement was not lost on me. He was definitely like way more giddy and passionate than I had expected. He let us know that this movie takes place in Batman's year 2. While at the same time, the Gotham PD previously announced show that takes place in this universe is actually taking place during year 1 of Batman's story. Yeah, I'm very excited.
And they're just hearing the stories of this Batman, and we're gonna. It's a good springboard for later movies.
It gives it a lot more. Yeah, it gives it a lot more flavor too. Like instead of it being the GCPD before Batman ever shows up, before Bruce Wayne comes back, now we've got this like background tangibility.
Yeah, so pretty much it's to make it not Gotham.
Right.
So a couple of things that we were able to really take away from this was we know exactly who the main villain is, which everyone has already figured out
what the code is.
Yeah. So we've got the Riddler as the main villain of the movie.
I don't want to know what that code is, by the way, so we're not going to say it on here.
I got spoiled on it, so
the answer to the riddle on the birthday card.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to know what it is. I want to experience it during the movie.
It's potato.
But another thing that they did show was we have a couple other familiar faces with Selena Kyle and Oswald Cobblepot before he really embraces that Penguin persona, which blew my fucking mind that was Colin Farrell.
How are you going to jump all the way into the middle of this and not talk about Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon right at the fucking top?
Wow, that works. Like I was down. I was okay with it. No problem.
Oh, I was 100% on board when it was announced. I was like, "Oh, yes, of course I can see this." But actually seeing it in this like Seven or Zodiac style, like I think it was on. I can't remember which podcast it was on, but somebody referred to it as like Batman in the Seven universe, or
Now,
so Jim standing there with a young Batman at a crime scene, dude, was loved it, dude.
He
That's
just
what I've been
chef
waiting
kissed.
for.
He didn't just kiss. He chef kissed like 60 times in a row.
Oh god.
Also,
dude, and the Nirvana track playing.
Oh yeah. Since we're talking about some of the actors, let's talk about fucking Andy Serkis as Alfred.
We only got like a smidgen of his voice
line.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
I am too. To see Gollum, Ulysses Claw, like a guy who's played some really like off the wall kind of characters come in and play fucking Alfred.
You know what?
I'm excited.
You know what? He's got a lot of hits under his belt. He's bound to fail somewhere. I'm going # worst Alfred ever.
It's a lot to live up to.
Maybe.
Wouldn't that be fucked up?
It really is.
Michael Caine.
I don't know. Has anybody watched the show Pennyworth? So
no, I don't intend to.
So
I'm sorry. That's not comic based enough for me.
Just the fact that it exists makes it the worst one.
Fair enough. All right. I descend to my #.
Ooh, real quick. Speaking of good music choices for trailers, going back to the Suicide Squad Kills Justice League, going
back to all of it. Holy shit, how fucking stacked was the soundtrack for just DC Fandome in all of this shit?
Let's just start the episode over real quick. Okay. We'll talk about it again, dude. Exactly. Let's just restart this, dude.
Travis, you just got to go back and listen and record your reaction to it, and then we're just going to use that audio with your reaction spliced together.
Yeah, splice me into this episode, dude.
We're essentially photoshopping you into this episode.
Yeah. Place me where you need me, dude.
Yeah, no, the soundtracks for every one of these trailers, for so much of this event, the Chris Daughtry fucking segment even was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
really
watch
good.
it. As soon as they say Chris Daughtry, I turned it off. I really like the guy, and I know that he's a huge comic book fan.
He's done a lot of cover art.
And he's done, I was going to say he's done covers, but his music's not really my cup of tea, so I turned it off when
This was very good.
Song by Chris Daughtry. I'm like, okay, cool.
It was very good. It was acoustic. It really went well. It was good. I liked it.
Right on. But yeah, going back to the Batman trailer. Number one, this is a trailer they put together with only 25% of production done.
I thought that was impressive.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they would put something
like,
out so early, but they'll probably put out another trailer eventually.
But there was enough in this that this could have been
full on trailer.
This could have been exactly, yeah.
And I don't need anymore. Like I've been trying to cut down, especially since we're winding this podcast down. I've been trying to just watch the first trailer that comes out. If that does it for me, cool. If not, then maybe I'll watch the second. But this is all I need. I'm done. I know.
Yeah,
I'm done after this trailer. I don't need the second one. Not gonna watch the second one. I'm in.
It's going to have to be
son of a
some
bitch. I'm in.
Serious hype. It's going to have to be It's going to have to be some serious hype for something in the second trailer for me to watch it. Like I'm with you. I'm starting to get more in the habit of not watching second trailers. I'm going to get that first one, get that taste, get those juices going until release, but I don't want to be spoiled.
Because you can get so much out of the movie if you just avoid the trailers. 100%. And I found that out from fucking Endgame. I think Endgame was the first one I did. I watched 2 trailers and they released like 75 after that, but I just left it at those 2.
Was it the trailer with Hallelujah playing?
Yeah, it was. Okay, so I think
I was a little bummed that I didn't get to see any of what's his name, John Turturro as Carmine Falcone. Yeah.
Well, there's still so much in this movie. Again, 25% definitely affected this. This is why we probably didn't see much of Alfred. So seeing Zoe that little bit as Selena.
Oh man.
With Pattinson.
How great is that balaclava with the fucking ears on it, man? Dude, so good.
It reminds me of the purple suit with the ears that go out to the sides,
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's talk about the scene that everybody loves in this trailer.
Yeah, the beatdown, man. Holy
Pattinson
shit.
beatdown.
Oh,
fucked that dude up. Whoa.
See, when I first heard the "Who are you?" or what was it? "Who are you?" or "What do you think you are? Who do you think you are?" Whatever. I was expecting I'm Batman. I was expecting his I'm Batman. Everyone has an I'm Batman, but no, it's who am I? First off, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you, and then once you're down, I'm gonna keep beating the fuck out of you, and then fuck you, Kevin Conroy. I'm pulling a Kevin Conroy.
Well, that's what I want to say about this is fucking the only person who has ever done one of the most iconic I'm Batmans ever is Kevin Conroy with the I am Vengeance, I am the Night, I am Batman. Kevin Conroy, who I personally interviewed. You can check out that interview. It's on the channel. It's what and
who a guy I know got me a personal birthday message that is guaranteed to make me cry every time I listen to.
But I'm gonna be sorely disappointed if in the movie he does not follow up I'm Vengeance with I am the Night and I am Batman. I'm gonna be disappointed.
What if?
Sorry.
Okay, now what if we get that scene beginning midway through the movie, the one that we've seen in the trailer, and that's all we get. That's all we get. It's just the I am Vengeance. But they're towards somewhere at the end, one of the last shots. Bucket, he drops down on a gang of goons, and we hear the whole line. I am Vengeance, I am the Night, I am Batman, and then goes in for a punch, blacks out, credits.
As long as it's in the movie, I just want it in live action. And he delivered that I'm Vengeance so fucking good. I'm sold on Rob Pattinson.
Rob Bat.
Now, If I remember right, I'm Vengeance is the only thing that he actually said in the whole trailer, wasn't it?
No.
I think he said something else.
There's ADR right at the end whenever the Riddler says something about him being involved in it.
Oh yeah.
You hear him
That's
ask,
right.
yeah, you hear him ask how or something, so you'll see. I like his Batman voice.
Yeah.
Like it's
I'm
just enough.
100%
Dude,
sold on this guy.
Those gauntlets, bro, are screaming Talon, Court of Owl's Talon. I'm telling you, look it up. Those are the fucking Talons, bro.
I don't think they're gonna throw the Talons in this. The
but
Court of Owls or
it's such a good little Easter egg, though.
Yeah, it would be too much.
It makes my nerdy PP hard for sure. And then right after the beatdown scene, we get to see a really good shot of the Batmobile.
Yeah,
I personally love this Batmobile.
Well, I mean, we saw about as much as we saw before.
I love this Batmobile for being early stage Batman. It definitely looks like something that a young, angry dude with money would throw together within a year and a half's time.
It's not a wild, like, crazy climb up the walls Batmobile, but it is a
it doesn't have neon in it. It doesn't split and turn into a dick hot dog torpedo. It doesn't turn into a motorcycle. It is a fucking reinforced muscle car with a goddamn jet engine on the back of it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's
riveted,
so cool.
Welded on.
That's like every bro's dream car, man.
Dude, it looks like he worked on it in his garage, man. It looks like it.
Going back to the Zodiac, I mean the Riddler. One thing that I've been hearing about a lot is like, oh man, I wish there was like some kind of reference to like his costume or something. If you actually find a screenshot of whatever he's pulling the tape at the beginning of the trailer, that is like lightened up, the brightness turned up. His mask, that rubber weird plastic mask, is a really dark green. His jacket is a really dark green. So it's like it's almost black, and especially in the actual shade, like the darkness of the movie. Can you hear this cat meowing?
Yeah, man.
God damn it, dude.
Meow, meow.
I've been trying to like ignore her.
You're trying to make this really detailed fucking detailed fucking detail of the trailer.
Detailed description.
Detail is really detailed. If you look at the detail,
the devil's in the details. Let me tell you, dude.
The bat's in the details. Guys, it just looks fucking great. It really looks fantastic.
Dude, what else stuck out to you guys? That
I think we covered it, man. That beatdown, that beatdown, and I get why it's blown up as much as it is, because it is. Fuck. If that's just one moment of Batman kicking some ass in this, what does the rest look like?
Dude, the very first thing I posted on social media after watching that trailer is pretty much a "I told you so." That's like, actually, I think that's exactly what it says. It's like,
that's exactly what you
told
posted.
You so. Because I said from the day it was announced, I was like, he's gonna fucking surprise us. Watch, bet he's gonna fucking surprise us. Samantha, if you don't get the fuck on.
That fucking cat, dude.
Ooh, buddy.
Real quick, I also want to point out something we didn't say. The fact that he's wearing the eye makeup to cover his eyes with the mask on.
It makes sense, man. It just makes sense. And everyone's been spreading that clip around from Batman Returns, where one moment he has the eye makeup, and then it cuts back, and he doesn't have eye makeup anymore.
One thing I learned is that Nolan actually wanted to have a scene where Christian Bale still had the eye makeup on when he was about to go out and do a party as Bruce Wayne, and then he had to stop him, wipe it off, but it was cut.
I just want to say
Nolan almost did it first.
People need to stop spreading that scene around because it is gonna fucking ruin Batman Returns for me. I never noticed before now.
Oh my god, you didn't? Oh my god,
No,
I noticed it when I was a child.
Never noticed before.
Oh my god.
Okay, so does anyone else have anything else to say about the trailer?
What do you guys think about, like, do you guys have any speculations on who that gang is?
The
like,
Bloods.
Do you think there's any relevance, or you think it's just
I think they're the Bloods.
The Bloods. I think they're the Spooky Boys.
They're just juggalos. Batman is just indiscriminately beating up juggalos. It's actually a problem. He's making a mistake.
They're just tagging Twisted on the wall, and he just fucking knocks them out, bro. I was like, what was that for, dude? God damn.
You broke me.
It might have some significance. Honestly, I think people are getting hung up on that too much. I don't think it's going to have anything to do with the Joker, first of all. Honestly, I think Matt Reeves is going to avoid the Joker completely. We've had it. We've had enough.
We've had a lot.
It's fine. We've got the Joker war in comics right now. That's all we need.
That's pretty much it for my notes on that. Like, they didn't really give us a whole hell of a lot, but they definitely set the tone for what we should be expecting. Yeah. Which is, you thought that any other Batman was realistic and gritty? Fucking sit down.
Yeah.
This one, I really do think that DC might be finding their footing with embracing multiverse instead of trying to do one connected universe. Embrace what, like, is one of DC's strong suits, which is this fucking luxurious fucking full multiverse of characters and stories. Fuck it.
Yeah. And they kind of talked about that.
I love that we can have multiple Batman and Joker movies and Jokers cast at the same time. Like, why the fuck not?
They kind of talked about that on Fat Man Beyond, about how The Flash is like their first foray into, as far as movies go, the multiverse, and that can help kind of usher all of the audiences that they thought were too stupid for two Batmen into this, like, ease, and say, like, look, this is how it works. This is why it's fine that we have 6 Batmen on screen at one time. It's okay. You're not having a seizure.
Are you referring to the show Flash or the movie Flash?
I'm talking about the movie.
Okay. Well, the show Flash has already kind of gotten people to dip their toes in multiverse, at least the people that watch the show.
Yeah, but the numbers for the people that go to watch these movies versus the number of people who are watching The Flash on CW is significantly different. And so that's always been their thing. They're like, you can't have Batman on TV. What would the audiences think? They'll confuse him for the one that we can't keep in contract in the movies. So...
But you've seen in the last couple years, as far as the DC live action shows go, they've been experimenting with multiverses.
Yeah, no.
Started out with Elseworlds and then Crisis. So now that
I'm talking from a studio's perspective. They see the numbers of the movies and they're like, oh man, hundreds of millions of people are watching these movies, but only like tens of millions of people are watching these shows. So whatever's going on with the shows is very niche, very small. Whatever's going on with the movies, we've got to protect that because it's making the money. So if those people get confused or scared, we'll lose it all. So we couldn't possibly have 2 Batmen. We couldn't possibly. And now they're finally coming out of their shell with it. They're taking risks now. And I dig it. I'm ready for it. We're all ready for it. The initiated and the uninitiated alike.
My body is ready for it.
So this has been a long ass episode, and I'm gonna kind of get into why here in a second. But before I do, I know Travis had a movie he wanted to talk about. Bob, you watched it, or did Odle watch it? Who else watched it?
I watched it.
Okay.
It was pretty neat. I figured being superpower related. You
What's
guys
the
heard of
movie?
it? And it's called Project Power. It's on Netflix. Starring Jamie Foxx and
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
yeah, he was really
It
good.
also has
It has Electro and Robin.
It
I
does.
That's how my brain works. Is what superhero or comic book character have they played, if any?
I remember MGK's in like the first
That's right.
probably
He's
like
in
first
that.
20 minutes.
Hop from Stranger Things.
What is
Why
it?
can't I think of his
David
name?
Harborough.
David Harbour. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in it.
Is he?
Yeah.
Nope. Thinking
Is
of
he
a different
not?
movie.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of
that's
Hellboy?
Oh boy.
I
Alright,
watched
but-
2 movies in the same night, and he was in the other.
You said the guy from Stranger Things. Wait, no.
Classic mistake.
It was Stranger Things.
Well, we've got Noodles review. Project Power, very memorable.
The movie is about like this batch of drugs that just get distributed to like a bunch of dealers, and it's called
David
Power.
Harbour's best role.
The guy who is like the drug dealer, like the guy who comes up with power or whatever, he's a real big actor, but I can't remember his name. I know he was on Lust and a few other things, but
It was a young Jodie Foster.
yo,
Is
that's him.
Please tell me it's a Bunny Ears reference. Thank you.
Yes, it is. It's not here to do it anymore, so I gotta.
And the pills that he's given to him, basically they take it and they have to like twist it before like to activate the pill, and then it gives each of the people, anybody who takes it gets a different power. You don't know what your power is till you take it.
And I've heard
And
it's limited
Different
too.
for each person. What's that?
I've heard it's limited also. Like it's a different power every time, and it's a limit.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
You get the same power every time you take the pill.
Oh,
Yeah.
So like, the power you get is going to be the same each time, but each person has a different power, and it lasts for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Or if you take one, you might explode.
Yeah, you literally might just blow up.
It's complete chance.
So it's like the jelly beans from Harry Potter, but with like deadly consequences.
Oh, and they were selling
could be
them
good,
for like
could be bad.
it was like $500 a pill. Like
Worth it.
that's the price for power, bro. Or you might explode. Who knows?
Dude,
So
worth
either
it.
way. Can't take $500 with you when you die, right?
So
You
what did you
can
guys?
actually.
What did you guys think of the movie?
Well,
like what's
this is what-
your takeaway?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays a cop that's taking the drug, but also trying to like stop people and like get to the bottom of things. And then Jamie Foxx plays somebody who was part of like those experiments, I guess. And he had a daughter during it, and he passed it along like she was born with a power.
So
Yeah.
And the people
JGL,
who make the pills like abduct her, and he's trying to get her back, and then that's how it all kind of comes together. That's where they all meet.
So JGL
So it's
is
kind
like a lot of cops these days. They're breaking the law in defense of it.
Essentially,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the way that he explains it in the movie is he's trying to even the playing field, because there's no actual law against taking these pills. So he's in kind of a legal gray area.
Oh my god! I just remembered what his power was. Really cool. I'm actually not gonna tell you what it is in case you want to watch it.
Way to
But
spot-
even better,
Like,
Jamie
whoa,
Foxx's
no.
power is so much better. And let's just say,
Until the
Is
end.
it
Yeah.
electric? It's electric.
I'll just say this: it was so ironic that what his power was. I guess they're kind of based off animals in a way.
Oh, okay.
Because I was just talking about the animal like 2 days before, and it's such
Is
an
he a
obscure
fox?
animal.
Well,
It's
I know
based off
that-
of a
know-
pistol shrimp. That's
I
what
know
his
that
power is.
one guy like has flame powers. What animal bursts into flames?
That's actually
A phoenix.
MGK. MGK plays that guy.
A Charmander.
Oh, and he takes like 5 pills at one time, and that's like that causes him to like fucking overheat.
Oh
It's
shit.
pretty wild. You should see it. It's wild.
But you need.
So-
he should have put water in the radiator or something.
What is the sort of your review of Project Power?
Oh, I think everybody should watch it. It's great. It's not comic book related, so you're not tied down to anything. It's completely original. That's the great thing about Netflix, like original movies, especially like with this one.
I give it a
It's
solid
really fun.
8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
Out of 20. Out of what? But I'm
Out
just
of
kidding.
13.9.
There you go.
On cinema would say I give it like 5 bags of popcorn, dude. Like 6 Sorta My's, fucking, you know what I mean? It's pretty good.
Why were we not using that measurement this whole time?
2
Sorta
plumbuses.
My's.
4 out of 5 Sorta My's, dude.
Fair enough, man. I mean, sounds cool. I wanted to
great.
try and watch it today before we did this episode, but I did not have time with work and everything. Plus, I didn't know exactly when we'd start. I have no idea when we're gonna stop. So...
No, you know what? This is in like honor of DC Fandome. We are recording this episode for 24 hours straight, live streaming. So if you guys are enjoying this, buckle in. We've got
dial in on those lines. We got
22 more hours to go.
Well,
yeah, we got operators standing by. We gotta raise money. I don't know.
It's PBS.
What's gonna happen is after 8 hours of original content, it's going to loop over with an additional, and then on the next day, it's gonna continue playing looped twice, but with a little bit extra.
One thing I haven't really been seeing a whole lot of people talk about is that Fandome isn't over. There's a second day in September.
Oh yes, September 12th actually.
Yes, because this one was Fandome Hall of Heroes.
Yep.
And I can't remember what the second one is called. It's Fandome something else though. But yes, we have a whole second day.
Another string of announcements. I don't know what more they can throw at us. Like, I mean, it feels like they left everything on the table.
Everything they announced during Fandom is canceled.
It would be kind of their motif recently.
Real quick, like during the whole Snyder Cut segment, did anybody else feel extremely uncomfortable that like there was multiple actors there that are going through controversies, like some of which with the studio? Like you have
there's Ray Fisher, but who else?
Ray Fisher, fucking what's his name? Flash. Ezra Miller choking out that fan. Amber Heard and her and Johnny Depp shit going on with a petition to get her out of the movie. So
I'll give you Amber Heard.
Felt very like ooh.
I'll give you Amber Heard and I'll give you Ray Fisher, but it seems like he's winning like across the board on that one.
Yeah.
But the Ezra Miller thing,
there's an investigation. There is an investigation. I like to say this into the reshoots of Justice League.
Okay.
So
yeah,
what he was bringing to the attention of the public was not going unheard, and Warner Brothers is fine. Like,
however, what is being unheard is literally any advancement of that Ezra Miller situation. Like they're not doing anything about it. Nothing's going on.
He looked a bit wild in that video, in that Zoom chat. Like
he
crawled out of bed after a week.
I know it's been said that they know each other and it was kind of a joke, but like I don't know, that looked pretty extreme. It's like it is what it is. Yeah.
Who are we to judge fetishes?
Well, we took it to Allison Mack pretty hard during the course of the show. But,
you don't remember that segment of Fandom with her Zoom call from prison?
I would have died. It was the greatest fucking.
Hey guys,
I just want to talk to you about Smallville real quick. Smallville reunion.
If anyone could put some money on my books, that'd be great.
Oh my God. Okay, so closing out, guys. Here's what I want to say to the four loyal who stuck around this long, and I'm not just talking about this episode in particular, just like listening to every episode we've ever made, this is our last news episode. We're going out on DC Fandome. What a great way that kind of planned out too, because that wasn't the initial plan. We were gonna put this episode out like way sooner.
I thought that was the plan since the first episode, was so that this particular episode falls the same time as DC Fandome.
Oh yeah, we did predict the future that one time. Yeah.
Yeah, because you miscalculated. That's why we took a break for the longest time before we did the rebirth.
Right, and I can't remember exactly what episode that was, so everyone's going to need to go back and listen to every episode real quick. Just hit us up when you hit that one.
It's weird. It's like it's almost like the Simpsons level of prediction.
Right.
It's weird.
Yeah.
You guys definitely need to go back and check them out.
I do remember, like, I think it was back in like 2017, we were talking about the coronavirus would be going on, and we were going to start setting up like this podcast like tonight at like 10 o'clock, but we knew it wouldn't go on until like 11 because
I think it happened while we were doing some Spider-Man comic review or something. I don't know. But this we're gonna kind of elaborate on this a little bit more with our final episode, and I'm gonna go into the slate moving forward. But this has been a lot of fun. Like, this has taken on so many different iterations, from just chatting to structure to now what is like a loose structure. I've had a lot of fun doing this.
We've had different members on this podcast. We've had guest spots on this podcast. We've had interviews on this podcast.
This podcast kind of gave new life to Sorta My Comics, because it gave me a reason to like cover all the news over there, so I could use that for this podcast. So I'm afraid that Sorta My Comics is going to go away after we're done doing this, because I'm going to be like, what's the point?
Well,
new life, dude.
No, nothing dies forever in comics.
The Phoenix.
The Phoenix.
Another thing, Vin, is that hold on, I had a whole other point about the podcast, and I lost it.
Well, maybe you'll get it back on our 100th episode, because moving on from here, the next episode you're going to hear of SMP is one that we've talked about a million times, but we've never aired, and that is the famed, infamous, lost but found beta episode that we recorded before we did our first official episode, that we did with Marnie Riddle, local, somewhat famed cosplayer. I would say definitely notable enough. Yeah. And she was supposed to be
Harley Heartthrob. She was supposed to be a member of this podcast, like, from the beginning. It just didn't work out, but she is on that one episode. So that's going to get released next. That's going to be 96. Then we're going to do our 3-part MCU retrospective, another thing that we've talked about a million times. So guys, get your fucking notes ready. Like, so when are we releasing the Suicide Squad episode?
Odle and I actually talked about this, and we're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that as it is. We're gonna leave it there. We're not gonna talk about it any further. It's gonna come out eventually. I'll just let you know that. The famed Suicide Squad review, another predictive future thing. But our final episode is going to be episode 100, like we said forever ago. And that is going to be our SMP retrospective. We're going to take a look back at all the good times we had on the podcast, all the funny jokes, the fucking surprising shit we got to do. Like the people we met. It's going to be a good time. I might cry.
We were an official podcast of a Comic-Con.
Right, and we will go into all the hairy details of what that experience was like.
Wait, do I have to go back and listen to all the episodes of our podcast? That's going to be torture.
I have been.
Yes.
I mean, you can at least flip through and look at the titles. You can at least look at the titles and be like, okay, I remember that one. Jot something down real quick. Like, for the love of fuck, can you not at least scroll?
No.
One of the origin stories of SMP that I'm really excited to talk about is when Odle had to sell his body and holes to fund for our first mic that only cost $12.
Yeah.
A lot of hard work.
And they used him, but we'll go into more detail on that.
Yeah, we told him that we had enough money between us all, and he insisted. He said that he's taking 10 for the team. So
It wasn't
yeah,
just
we'll get into it.
Hashtag 10 for the team, everybody.
Another t-shirt.
Another t-shirt. At the very end, we're still coming up with t-shirts. Okay. So,
Zing.
yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed getting the news from us. You will never hear that again. Never, ever again. Even if we revive Sorta My Podcast, I refuse to do the news. We're never doing it again. It's just, I've said it.
Never.
He's lying.
I don't care what comes. Oh, I don't care what comes out.
No,
they could
we're
announce,
going to do the news.
They could
But we're only
announce.
going to do news about landscaping.
Yes,
What's new in the
what's
land
new
of
in
landscaping.
landscaping. They could announce the Marvel versus DC movie, a 6-hour movie event. We ain't gonna talk about it. Never gonna mention it after this point.
But those shrubberies, though.
I mean, have you seen that they can make them into swans? I mean, have you seen it?
Edward
Have you seen the
Scissorhands.
elephant?
There's an elephant now?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, sounds like we've got some podcasts to write. But, guys, thank you very much for listening all this way. I hope you enjoy the next 5 episodes. My name is Vincent Herman, Vin the Human.
I'm Bob
Sir-
Collins.
I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it.
That's why I threw my arm up while he was saying it, so we could go in order. Bob Collins, Boba Fett.
James Odle, Alpha Spectre.
Travis Herman, Dr. T. Neal.
And
Look at Travis coming in late thinking he can just fucking jump in the middle of this.
He's trying to
what
take
you
over
need to do,
people's
though?
outro.
I didn't get an official one.
Cue that audacity outro music.